And hopefully we won't be interrupted. The thing has started. And my headphone cord is probably gonna get in the way. Let's see if I can't get it out of the way so I'm not tripping over it. I don't tend to knock things off of the desk when I'm drawing the same way I do when I'm playing Overwatch, but just in case, I don't want anything to come unplugged. I can't be the only person who does that, right?
No.
I'm just using the mouse and I'll randomly knock my phone and the water bottle and the drawing tablet if it's over there. My sketchbooks, anything that I have, had the unfortunate I wasn't smart enough to move it away from the right side of my to my right hand, where I use the mouse and stuff like that.
I am Boot says hello.
Hi! Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, this is slow painting and not speed painting. Oh, by the way, in case anybody doesn't want to watch the Happy Halloween picture come together, because it is just inked and stuff like that, and I could technically post it as is, but if nobody wants to watch that, I do have the Toaster Genie, and I could start drawing over that as well. Let's see here. Lines. Of course, I only thought of doing this a little while ago, so I didn't have the foresight to do the lines first before actually starting the stream, and didn't have enough time to do it either, so we're going to be doing this for a while. But that's okay. Gonna see about adding a background and stuff like that, too. I just like that. I might be too zoomed in for this.
I am Boot says I see Rachel is a yokai.
Yeah, she is. Technically, I think just a Japanese ghost. I don't think it's specifically any kind of yokai, but I could be wrong. Or Ayakashi, I don't know if there's a difference. If anybody happens to watch this later and knows if there's a difference between yokai and Ayakashi and stuff like that, then please tell me, because I would like to know. I'm a weeb, but my knowledge of Japanese folklore is sketchy at best.
Fake weeb.
Ah, I'm not sure if you could actually call that an insult. What the? Why is it making that noise? Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. It's like, what was that? I don't know who I was calling. I hope that that person doesn't try to call me back, because that'll be an embarrassing conversation. Hello, lines. This is too big. I'll make it smaller. Not much better. Do. So how many episodes into Stardust Crusaders did you get?
Only 2. I've only watched 2. They just left the house, so to go to Egypt.
To Egypt. Okay, so I have a question for you. Holly's stand that's killing her. What did it look like to you? Do you remember?
It looked like a vining rose plant.
It's not roses, I swear it's raspberries. It's gotta be. I keep on insisting about that. Like, I keep on looking at it and I'm like, no, those are berries. And I'm not sure. I think I only had to correct it on the wiki once. But I kept looking at it and I was like, no, roses aren't the only plants with thorns. I'm pretty sure those are raspberries. Which
I Am Boot asks, excited for Yumacon.
Yes, very excited for Yumacon.
And Pepe's Bizarre Adventures is sent a smiley face with sunglasses emoji.
Thank you. I like cool smileys. What was I saying? Yeah. So, and it's one of those things where you're not sure whether or not it was supposed to be an intentional reference to something, because there is a late 70s, early 80s band called the Raspberries.
Mm-hmm.
So I may or may not use that as evidence for saying that Holly's stand does in fact take the form of a wild raspberry vines. I kind of went nuts looking into it too, like, raspberries have thorns, right? I'm like, wait, I'm not misseeing that, right?
Yes, raspberries do have thorns. Oh, dang it.
Something happened?
Oh, I think you're right. You're right. That's exactly what they are.
Raspberries.
Or a thorny holly bush, actually.
Could they be? Is a holly bush with thorns? Does it look different than the regular holly berries I'm used to seeing around Christmas? Because if they are, I would also accept that as an answer.
No, it is holly. It is a holly plant.
Is it?
Yeah, I guess that would make more sense.
Ah, that does.
I don't think they thorn, though.
Look it up.
I am looking it up.
We must know.
I'm getting that citation ready.
Definitely not raspberries, though. Or definitely not roses, though.
Well, I guess not. Suppose I didn't get a good look. I saw the thorns, and my mind automatically associated that with roses. So since they're used so often in the aesthetic, especially with thorns.
Yeah. You see, yeah, that's understandable, and I get why people would make that mistake, but I was just looking really closely at it one time, and I was like, nope. Those are berries.
They are indeed berries. I don't think they thorn. No, they don't have thorns.
Okay, then we're gonna stick with the raspberry thing. You went quiet. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, because suddenly I stopped hearing something, and I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no. 1, 2, 3. How many times do I have to draw the same line over and over again before it actually decides to work?
You should put some copyright-free music in the background.
No. I would just, if I'm gonna put music in the background, it's just gonna be regular music and not care about whether or not it's copyrighted. I mean, it would depend, because certain music will get the stream, like, not banned, but it'll get it blocked so that people can't watch it, like how other YouTube videos work and stuff like that, so that would suck.
Yeah, especially that, of the EU's new copyright laws. If you I don't know, if you play some audio of a dog barking and there's like 2 notes from an obscure song made in 1732, oh yes, you will get that copyright strike.
What?
Only 2 notes.
Who has the copyrights from something from 1732?
They'll find someone. Merkel does. She owns all the copyright now.
Oh dear.
Germany's playing the long game. Let's see. Now I have to read the chat. I'm not gonna play any video games. What do I have installed anyway?
Stardew Valley. Which I will be getting.
What?
I said Stardew Valley, which I will be getting soon. We could totally stream us playing that.
Yes.
That is a plan. I do intend to do it. It just won't be until probably December.
I am Boot asks, you gonna upload any new videos before November?
Before November? Maybe. I hope to make this Angels of Death review. And if I can, I have a podcast that I put together with my sisters. I'll see if I can edit that together. I would need something to... I mean, if you call it a podcast, technically it's just supposed to be audio. So, I technically don't have to put more than just one visual on the screen. But at the same time, I'm just so used to having something going on the screen that I might want to draw something for it. Worst case scenario, though, I probably won't. I'll draw something anyway, but it'll just be like the thumbnail. That's probably what's going to happen. Because I take a long time to draw, so recording it takes up a lot of, can take up quite a bit of space on the computer. The fun thing about using inks and pens for like traditional artwork and stuff like that is getting creative with how you decide to do the shading. I guess that's one of the things that I like about like manga, because it's black and white, so people have to get creative with the inks and the the screen tones and stuff like that. I still don't understand how screen tones work. I know how you would apply something like a screen tone to the computer. There are brushes and stuff to do that, but I don't understand the rest of it. Like, I think it's like a film you put on top of it, and you put on top of the paper, and then you literally, like, cut and paste it onto the paper where you need it to be shaded. I know that little bits of the screen tones tend to make messes everywhere when somebody is using them for their manga. One of the many random things that I've learned over the years about the manga making process. Screen tones get everywhere. Because they get all flaky. I imagine you try to be as conservative as possible when using them, because I don't know if they're probably cheap, but I couldn't actually say. But you still want to get as much out of a sheet of screen tone as possible, I think, so that's why you get a bunch of little, that's why you get a bunch of little flakes of them all over the place. Because I think they use, like, X-Acto knives and stuff like that to cut them. You can't just use scissors, because it's already, like, attached to the paper and stuff like that. Pretty crazy. It's useful for keeping patterns and stuff consistent on, like, characters' clothing and all that, though. I think that's something that would bug me if I was actually drawing comics, is having to remember how many stripes go on a character's shirt and stuff like that. It's like you can't just have a character in a striped shirt.
You gotta make character sheets. You gotta make reference sheets for all your characters and use them every single time, or you'll forget to put little cog decals on their cloak, and you have to go back and put it back in sneakily before anybody notices, like my last comic page.
Oh, I've done that before though. Sometimes I'll forget things, and did I ever share you that did I ever share with you that one thing where somebody was talking about how people look into, you know how people are looking for symbolism and stuff like that in everything, like, you know, your English teacher will listen to a description of something.
That's how high school English taught you. That's
yep.
what they taught you.
And I try not to look too far into things like that, but at the same time, anyway, the same thing applies to art. I remember somebody basically made an article where they were talking about this person's artwork, and it was like something inside of a tavern or something like that, and the person had asked the artist, so what's the symbolism of the fact that this tavern doesn't have any doors leading outside? And the artist literally just sits there and swears repeatedly, like, I did it again! Darn it! Like, that was completely unintentional.
That must represent the alcoholism in a small town, where people would walk into bars and become immersed in bar culture and become alcoholics because of the bourgeoisie or something.
Now
the
you
bourgeoisie making them broke.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Is you say that, but that's literally how Las Vegas works. They, like, don't have any clocks on the inside of the casinos and stuff like that, so you can't tell how much time has passed just by looking up. And they try to keep you there as much as possible.
Yeah, I've heard they also pump, like, pure oxygen in through the vents to give you a feeling of euphoria. So like, even if you lose, you feel good. Because there's, like, pure oxygen being pumped into the... Yeah.
Oh no. And Chase is trying to kill me again. But this is okay.
What do we got here?
Oh yeah, he can actually watch the stream this time. Because his computer doesn't suck, so he's actually in tune with us this time.
Ooh. He's digging. What do we got here?
They do, in fact.
Chase is saying that is indeed true.
That they do that in casinos. You know, I hear advertisements for, like, Motor City Casino and the Greektown Casino in Detroit, and at the end of every advertisement, they always say, remember, knowing your limits is always the best bet. Like, I hear it on the radio.
Spend all your money here!
Yeah,
that's what the fine print says.
Yeah, spend all your money here. And I've actually heard, like, radio ads for, like, a gambling addiction hotline and stuff like that, and I'm like, well, I mean, I suppose it is right there, and they do have those two huge casinos, and Caesars Windsor is right across the river. So, I mean, if you're gonna run a gambling safety, hotline, you know, you want to help people with their problems and probably make money off of it, that's the place to do it. Look at my Overwatch loot box addiction. I think I need to call the gambling hotline. They don't want to give me any of the Halloween skins, though. Actually, like, I can't say that anymore. They did give me a couple. And I do have 2 of the legendary skins from this year. Not the 2 that I want, but I did get 2.
Same. I did get McCree and Symmetra. Did want Hammond, but apparently couldn't. So no Hammond for you.
I didn't bring it up, but I got the Hammond Halloween skin.
No!
I was just like, oh no, this is the one that Ken wants. And then my brother told me the other day that he wants the, you know, the Farah Headless Knight skin, and I'm just like, and then I get that one. That's not the one I want. It's like during the Retribution event where, you know, I was just like, okay, so I want all of the, like, new skins. I want, like, the Soldier 24 skin, and my brother gets Soldier 24 before I can. I'm just like, what do you mean? How come you get dealt this skin that I clearly have said repeatedly that I want? It's like, whenever you say that you want it, somebody else is gonna get it, and when they do the same, when they confide in you which one they want the most, you're gonna be the one to get it. It's frustrating. Gambling services don't want to cure you, they just want to get you to the point where you have steady cash. I will, yeah, probably. Probably, that's what Chase puts in the chat.
I am Boot asks, who is the best Overwatch player to play as?
The best Overwatch character to play as? That's really a person-to-person thing, like it is with any video game. Like, I really do, especially in free-for-alls, I tend to gravitate towards playing as Hanzo, because he's just a lot of fun to play as, and you don't have to worry about reloading. And now that he has this, now that he can jump all over, he can jump a lot more now, whoa. He can jump a lot more now, kind of like how Genji has a double jump. So, he's very, very mobile, and I enjoy that. But who I play best as is, I don't know, I probably have to say Reinhardt. If I can just sit there and be a shield and actually be patient and not charge in, I am a decent Reinhardt. I used to say I main defense characters, but you can't say that anymore because defense characters aren't a thing anymore. Now, worst case scenario, I pick tank, if people need a tank. Because I'm way too aggressive to be a healer.
I am Boot says, angry Japanese, run for your lives.
Yeah. Ryuga waga teki wo kuro. And whatever it is Genji says. I haven't got that one memorized yet. Cause it sounds like, it still sounds like muttering to me. Hey Chase, did you want us to start up a different, did you want us to, turn off this chat really quickly and then, open the one that you're into? Would you have a problem with that, Kenyatta?
I didn't say anything! Anything! I didn't even think I made any noise!
Oh, I thought I heard something.
It could have been, I have this thing of, like, what is this? Oh, it's vapor rub. Okay, and I was screwing with the cap. It could have been that.
Yeah, it could have been. But, did you want to do that? So, Genji says, Ryujin no Ken wo kure. I can't, it'll take me a while before I'm able to say that quickly enough. Or he says, Byaku no Ken wo kure, in the case of that, Baihu skin, the White Tiger one. The White Tiger becomes me. I like that one. Oh. Wow, raised lines are already completed, and we haven't even been on here. Hooray! Okay. That's how you say it. Phonetic spelling's always appreciated. Thank you, Chase. I don't think I have the chat thing open, though. Let's just press over down here. Nope, I have our chat thing open and not the other one, so I would have to go into my email on stream if we wanted to if we wanted to start a different one. So, I don't think it's going to happen this time, but now that Chase's computer is working properly, we'll make sure to plan for that in the future. Chase says he's okay with that for this time anyway.
Alright.
I've already got Ray's basic lines finished. I'm surprised. That happened surprisingly quickly. Am I getting faster at this? Hopefully. Maybe the lines are just easier than the last time I was doing this. Chase says he'll just be the voice that the viewers can't hear, but still tries to get reactions out of us. Or at least me specifically, because he's sending me, he's sending me things and trying to kill me.
I Am Boots, asks, favorite teacher in My Hero Academia.
Oh, you can't make me choose a favorite teacher! You can't make me choose!
No, that was definitely me. I don't know what that is. I think it's a nasal thing.
Yeah, it could be. Chase says tactical Shoto Momo inbound. I'm not. I try to avoid outwardly saying what it is that I ship, but I may as well say that that's what he's attacking me with right now. I'm not complaining. It's just a little bit distracting, but like I said, not complaining. Yes, I did admit to it.
Approve that chip. I don't know what that means.
What chip? Todoroki and Yaoyorozu from My Hero Academia.
Ah.
I ship it. Luckily, I managed to keep the shipping aspect out of my 137 reasons why I love My Hero Academia. Managed to keep the shipping trash out of that, but this is a casual stream, so I will admit that vice. I am in fact fond of it. Yeah. As soon as the fandom gets to a certain point, there's gonna be ships. Hopefully My Hero Academia hasn't made a list yet. No guarantees. I don't know, if you've got an entire sub-community devoted to a list of all the possible ships in the series, then you've gotta kind of take a step back and think, okay, why are we this crazy?
Because it's anime. Weebs are crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Luckily, it's just one of those things where people combine the characters' names, and they're not trying to make up cutesy names based off of the characters, so... It's true, it is a show with a lot of options, isn't it? No 30-page shipping lists with all the names and every possible pairing in existence.
I Am Boot says, why we ship because we're dorks.
Yes, that's another thing, because we're dorks. And some people just draw art of certain ships so that they can profit off of it.
Money.
Money. Anything else I'm missing here? Nope. Ooh. I like the little wavy lines. These are really therapeutic to draw. Yep, some people...
Yep. Nope. It is me. It is me. Every time I exhale, that happens. I think I might be getting sick.
Oh no. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, I got time for that. I got all the time for that.
Burning love.
Yeah, my neck has been sore too, so.
Oh, yep, that's a sign. The sickness is incoming. Oh, well, that's no fun.
The thing in my head feels really stiff. Like it's a really tightly packed sack of flour or something. Why flour? I don't know. It's just sugar. It's a tightly packed bag of sugar.
Okay, Chase says, and no, Kenyatta, you can't get sick. Everyone, give him your energy.
My arms are in the air. I need it. Well, two people watching. Well, it's 4 people watching, but that's including me and Chase.
Okay.
I need your energy too, Chase.
Yeah, everybody put your arms in the air. Time to get the spirit bomb thing going. You were the one who suggested it, Chase. You have to put your arms in the air now. He says he doesn't even have enough for himself. Then why did you suggest it? And there we go.
Oh, joke in Eraserhead. That's like bordering on harassment. Like you should contact Human Resources.
That's okay. Not a lot of people tune into the stream. We might get more traffic later on, but... for now. What? More traffic. We might get more traffic later on, but usually we'll get up to 8 to 10 people maybe watching. Happy Halloween! I'll have to make sure that I go in and get a back recording of this, so that when I complete the video, I can put this one in my Angels of Death review. That will inevitably happen.
I Am Boot. So far, you have me. We have you, I Am Boot.
Yes. Are you sending your energy so that Kenyatta doesn't get sick?
I received it. I'd rather get sick now so I don't get sick later.
Good point. I suppose it's
Take
better
vitamins. I take vitamin C supplements, and apparently those don't work because, I don't know. Maybe my white blood cells are on strike. They just.
I hope your white blood cells aren't on strike. That's like an autoimmune disorder or something like that.
Oh no. I have like vitiligo. It's not on set yet, so it's in there. Cells are sizing up my pigments. They're just they're not going for them yet, but eventually the war will begin.
War will begin. That would be something interesting to see in cells at work.
Vitiligo. just. What have they done? Have they done pigments yet?
No, they haven't. Not to my knowledge, anyway. They got the closest they gotten to the dermis was the acne chapter, where they were talking about hair follicles and stuff like that. But they haven't talked about skin pigments or anything like that yet. And they might not, because we're just going to assume this is the body of a Japanese person, which is a safe assumption.
I mean, yeah, but everyone has like pigments. Like, everyone has. I mean, what would that even look like? Would they be just stabbing the walls?
Possibly. They just have some nutsy white blood cells. Nuts. I did say nuts, by the way. Just stabbing the walls. That's probably what it would be. And that sounds funny.
I am booed. Gives you an excuse to watch more anime.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I suppose. I'll finish. I swear I'll finish JoJo. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Do it for the memes.
If it gets too cringy, I'll choke it down. I can do it.
You managed Red Garden. I think JoJo won't mistreat you the same way.
I did manage Red Garden. I did watch that.
I still need to be punished for that.
If I can watch that, I can watch anything.
I need to be punished for that. I really do.
I'll come up with something. Make you watch like The Room or something.
Let's see here. Yeah. No, I should probably watch The Room.
No, because you're gonna be looking for the memes, and it's gonna be funny. It's not. Red Garden isn't even funny.
It's not even memeable.
Just,
well, I mean, you could make memes out of it. You could make memes of all those horribly drawn background faces.
The demon hands.
The NPC meme.
NPC meme?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, the main character does sort of look like an NPC.
She does!
With her nose, the way it's pointy, it's just like, paint her face gray, and just give her a little dots for eyes, and she would be that. Oh, hold on. One moment. I'm not doing related to what we were talking about, but I'm just looking up a picture, downloading a picture of the main and I might be opening up Krita. I don't know.
Trace says to stop giving things to Red Garden. It makes it less painful. And Kenyatta, you never bothered to watch the 45-minute movie special, right?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Good, because it's the worst part of the entire series. Yeah, Kate. That's her name.
How? How is anything worse?
Oh, you want me to tell you what happens in the movie?
Yeah, sure.
Chase insists that I make you watch it for yourself. But I kind of don't want to do that because it's already stupid enough. The point is, they're immortal now and they've been living for hundreds of years. They come back to New York. They have the chance to go back and see the Red Garden, but they don't.
Why? Why is this so bad? Why is that so bad?
Good question.
How can anything be so bad? I don't get it. Like, did the writers of the show, did the writers of the show at any point take lessons in story writing? It's just, I mean, a 5th grader could do better. Oh my god. It makes me so distressed.
Red Garden is a distressing show. Chase says he's pretty sure there were no.
I am Boo. That is the entire series.
What?
Unanswerable questions.
Yes.
There you go.
Literally unanswerable. And if we ever get around to making that parody, remember, that's the entire joke. Good question.
I'm getting for some reason, Rule 84 or 34. What is 84?
What is 84? Good question. No, that was unintentional, I swear.
Good question. For those in the chat that don't know, when I was while I was being forced to consume that media,
we tied him to a chair
at gunpoint.
We held his eyelids open.
Yeah. Clockwork Orange style. Okay. Oh, there we go. I'll make you watch that.
A Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. 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 That was the meme. A good question. Because there were like they just kept asking, they just kept begging questions that were never answered. Why are we killing these guys? Who knows? they're oh no, and then they just said they're cursed. They're cursed. Our families are fighting for some reason. We don't remember. We cursed each other. Why don't you just exchange the books that you need to? No, we're not gonna do that. They're gonna turn into crazy dudes that like bark like dogs for some reason. Oh, they don't bark like dogs. They're sort of an analog of a dog. They're not dogs. And what's her face's mom is an alcoholic. That was never resolved.
Rachel's.
Rachel's mom is an alcoholic, and they never resolve that. And it's just, oh my god.
What is resolution?
It made me so mad.
You could have watched Yuri on Ice instead.
No! That's worse. That's worse for another reason. It might make sense. But oh boy. Oh, Chase is in the chat now. And we crammed it in. Rachel. I am Boots as Rachel.
Rachel.
Rachel. Not the cursed anime. No. No. We're talking about Yuri on Ice now.
Yeah. Now we have to. Because somebody told
Oh,
me
you
not
have
to. Okay.
I was made to watch one episode and I couldn't do any more.
I watched the entire thing twice.
I was told there would be Yuri on Ice, but that was a lie. That was a lie.
And
That was
that's
the opposite of that.
why they named the show the way they did. You cannot convince me, or anyone for that matter, that was not the intent behind the name of the show.
Like, oh, Yuri on Ice, you say? Oh boy, I'll watch that. Lies. The opposite. And it wasn't even tasteful. Oh my god. Like, oh, this was made for girls to scream over. Oh my god, look at the two guys making out. That's so great. So wonderful. Look at the bat skating animation, by the way.
Well, the first... You only watched the first episode.
Eyeballs.
There's...
What? What was that?
what was it? What was I just saying? The animation doesn't get bad until, like, the 4th episode. Then it just kind of went downhill, and the background started randomly changing, and the jumping animation looked terrible.
It might be, it might be, confirmation bias on my end.
Yeah. Well, you know for a fact that it does get bad.
Oh god.
And then the
Rule 34 is just so gross looking.
For Red Garden?
Yeah. I just Google image like Kate from Red Garden and I'm getting like lewds, but they're not okay to look at. They're not. She looks like a mannequin. Which is why I'm recoloring it, which is why she may or may not get the NPC treatment if I can download.
Chase is telling you to get out while you still can, Kenyatta.
Oh no, we're diving in. We're doing it. BR doing it. Let's see.
Okay then, he says.
I am Boot, the rants involved with Yuri on Ice. Oh yes.
All the rants.
Every rant imaginable.
I try not to talk about it anymore. People, so far, to my knowledge, there's been no confirmation for a, second season, or the movie that was supposedly coming out, so, yeah. I don't ever have to talk about it. I mean, reasonably speaking, there couldn't be a second season because of the final scene.
But did everybody die? Did somebody bomb the ice rink? And said, "This is terrible."
Someone bombed the ice rink with a Zamboni. No.
Yes, Zamboni bomb. The Zamboni driver couldn't make it anymore.
The Zamboni driver, he didn't get his screen time, so he got mad and just bombed the ice rink.
That would make a I'd watch the crap out of that. I'd watch that all day.
That'd be so funny. But this isn't that kind of show, so it's like we're not gonna get anything that dramatic.
Like the entire series. You just see they go to the
You see, that would have to imply that there's actually a Zamboni there cleaning the ice, making it so that the ice doesn't constantly trip people and they don't die.
Yeah. Okay. Well, right. Oh, like they keep going to the maintenance closet, right, where the Zamboni driver's out, and he's just like there are like leaflets everywhere, and what do you call that? The crazy paranoid boards that web the connection. What the hell do you call it?
I know what you're talking about.
all across the wall, right? And
Yeah.
he's just like muttering madly to himself. He's like, yeah, I know. I'll show them. I'll show them. I'll show them. It's like it's got a picture of it's got a picture, and he's like connected to like a I don't know an Oscar Mayer wiener truck, and he's just standing by the Oscar Mayer wiener truck, and that's he has to, I don't know, just to make it crazy. I just said Oscar Mayer wiener just to be random. He's connected in with the Oscar Mayer wieners in some way, and they're a corporate evil that must be stopped because they aren't appreciating him at his job. And the series finale, out of nowhere, he just blows the ice ring up. And it just comes to as a surprise. That's better than Death Note and Yuri on Ice both simultaneously. Boom.
It would definitely catch everybody off guard. I mean, it would catch me off guard for there to actually be a Zamboni in there in the first place. That was one of my huge gripes about it, and it's... I don't want to... Yeah, no Zamboni, that's my... I seriously have a problem with that. It's just like, it's an important
Victor gets run over by a rogue Zamboni, Iron Boot says.
Yes.
I'm doing you guys a favor.
Yes.
Rogue
Zamboni. The Zambonis are becoming sentient. Oh no.
Victor and Yuri take up too much ice time, and hockey players get tired, and they come out and start training at the same time, and Victor and Yuri get checked multiple times.
I would be amused by that. I would be amused by that.
I would be quite amused. Full stop. that would be the...
Yeah,
oh my
it
God,
would be.
My dog died. Okay. I don't think we're attached to this dog.
You didn't, let me think, you've been gone, you've been away from this dog for, several years. And, did I ever mention the fact that I'm pretty sure Victor's poodle is not his first poodle?
No.
Well, you see, standard breeds live shorter lives than, like, toy breeds. So, my theory is that, the Makichin that you see back in Yuri's flashback before he got his dog, is a different dog than the one we see during the current timeline, because that was years ago. And I have no reason to believe that Victor is responsible enough to keep said dog alive for longer than its average life expectancy. So yeah, if anybody asks, that's at least Makichin the second.
He just feel anxious, he's just too anxious to take care of a dog. That's his problem.
No, that's Yuri. I'm talking about Victor. Who is canonly known for being kind of irresponsible. It's like, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
No, it's, no, I'm just talking about how Victor is, irresponsible and canonly forgets promises he's already made and stuff like that.
I'm making a meme.
As long as they're also keeping an eye on the non-existent chat dialogue, then,
I am. I'll take a look at it in a second.
I'll
find a good, I'll find a good font for this. Iron Boot kick their butts, Red Wings. Call that ice skating. I've seen better from Clumsy Penguins. Same Iron Boot.
Here's something Chase said. I got it. 4 Jamaicans run on the rink, screwing up their practice, and then it is revealed that Victor and Yuri caused the Jamaicans' bobsled to crash, resulting in several angry fans to hunt them down. I get it.
Here we go. I made a May. I'm gonna put it in the thing.
Okay, I can't wait to see how this turned out.
That's a bad typeface. Okay, whatever. Let me mute.
It got quiet again.
I muted so the clock wouldn't be too disruptive. More disruptive than my memory. Here we go. That's the whole anime. That's the whole anime.
It really is.
That looks better. Yeah, that does look better than
It looks better than her actual face, yes.
Peter Whaley's here.
Oh,
Hello,
you don't
Peter
say.
Whaley.
Hey, Peter, what you doing? Or is this actually Peter? It might be somebody else using his computer.
Does Peter often say yo?
Yes.
Well, that would be Peter.
Yes, Trace is right. The only good thing about Red Garden is its opening.
No.
It is a good song. At least I like it. I like the song, but it doesn't do any actual service to the show itself. It's just there. I can appreciate the well-animated version of the opening as far as visuals go, but it's like, I don't know, it's like it wasn't written to go with the show. You know? Okay, so,
if we ever get around to it, I have our running joke.
Okay, so
it would take a lot of work to...
Here's a question. What is the worst anime opening you've ever seen?
What's the worst anime opening I've ever seen?
Yeah.
Well, it has to be... Oh, it has to be from Bleach. I hate J-pop. I think it's cringy. And just... I don't know, along with their choice of aesthetic, it has to be from Bleach somewhere. Or one of the Naruto openings from one of the Shippuden filler arcs.
And Chase says Witchblade opening number 2. Now, for me, the worst anime opening I've ever seen that had me genuinely cringing, and someone in conjunction with the podcast that I may or may not be uploading in the next week, is going to disagree highly with the fact that the worst anime opening I've ever seen is the Toriko opening. Which I might have to send you sometime, just so that you can know exactly what it is that I'm talking about when I say the Toriko opening. I was cringing hard. Oh man, I intended to put the characters on separate layers this time.
Yuri has a broken toe from skating. Only Cure put some ice on it. You mule.
Wait.
Does he break his toe?
No, he doesn't. You see, if there was anybody who actually got hurt in the show, and that's adhering to a trope of sports anime, then I might actually consider it more of a sports anime. But it's not. If he broke his toe, and you just said Yuri, And assuming, how many U's is that Yuri spelled with? 1 or 2?
One U.
1 U? You see, then it's probably the Russian Yuri who would end up getting his toe broken. Because that character is the better character and needs to be sabotaged. Because you're not allowed to like him more than the main character.
No one even got had their knees broken via tire iron. So I don't know, or was it a crowbar? I have a meme for that.
Oh no, Chase is right. If anybody was gonna randomly break a toe or something like that, it would have been JJ, because you're not allowed to like JJ. But we do like JJ. We want the JJ show. We don't want Yuri on Ice Season 2. We want the JJ show.
I don't know why Google doesn't allow you to post memes in the YouTube chat.
I was gonna say, it's such a shame, but then I remembered... This is the internet.
Nothing bad could ever happen if they ever implemented picture-based chat.
Yeah, the closest thing we got right now is emojis.
Well, I mean, someone could go through the process of doing those, creating one of those banners.
Like
you know what I'm talking about?
The text pictures?
Yeah, and then we'll have quite a few 1940s authoritarian nationalist flags, you know, being spammed in the chat. Not saying where that flag is from in the 1940s, but I'm just saying it would probably that is the one.
I don't doubt it. That would certainly happen eventually.
I'm gonna see Krita open later. I'm gonna be like, oh, Krita's open. What was I working on earlier? Oh, NPC Kate. Let me close it down so that is.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to remember what the picture was. Oh wait, I remember now. I believe I sent it into the chat with you guys, but basically there was this meme that my sister found on Pinterest when she was stressed out, and then she found it and we were laughing at it for literally hours straight, and she made it the background on her computer, and I'm like, you know what's gonna happen is you're gonna forget you made that the background on your computer, and you're going to see it tomorrow morning, and you're just gonna start laughing because you forgot you made that the background on your computer. I'm not acquainted with Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's openings, and I can't click on it right now because I am currently doing something else, but I'll have to check that out later and see how it holds up against the Toriko opening.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Woo! Oh yeah, this is cringy. Woo! Oh yeah, my spine hurts real bad. Oh! Digimon! That has the worst opening.
No, I insist you have to check out the Toriko opening.
Okay, I'll watch it as soon as I finish with this one.
As far as I'm aware, there's only one Toriko opening, but if there's more than one, then it would be the first one. Oh, he's asking about whether or not you're talking about the which Digimon opening. I'm guessing you mean the English one.
The first one.
The English
one.
one.
The first Digimon opening. Yeah, English. Woo! Oof. Sorry, I'd never liked it. Not even when I was a kid. I'm like, man, this is pretty lame. Because that's what I sounded like when I was a little kid. Sounded like a nasally little nerd. Yugi is returning to Yu-Gi-Oh! Iron Boot says. How very topical.
Is he? Are we talking about the Dark Side of Dimensions movie, or are we talking about actual Yu-Gi-Oh?
I don't know. He just said
Because I'm aware of the Dark Side of Dimensions movie, but I'm not up to date on other Yu-Gi-Oh happenings.
Is it the first opening?
Of
Toriko?
Toriko? Yeah, I think there's only one opening, but it is it should be the first one if not. Because I never saw a second one.
Oh, there are multiple openings here.
Okay, well, it's the first one. How many episodes did I get in? Probably not. Probably not enough to see a change of an opening, now that I think about it.
Ooh, this is pretty cringy. Oh no, I'm gonna research something.
Uh-oh.
No. Because it sounds like the same guy who sings the Ultra Instinct song from Dragon Ball Super.
Well, it is a Shonen Jump series, so if you find out it's the same person, then here's me being slightly surprised.
Yeah, I'm not researching that. I'm way too lazy for that. I don't know. Maybe it was just making me cringe as hard as Dragon Ball Super makes me cringe. So again, with the confirmation bus. But yeah, Digimon for me. Digimon, the champions.
The Japanese.
And they were trying so hard to be Pokemon too. And it's like, well, you gotta match the hype of the theme song, right? No. No. It's like someone who was paid to write jingles for cereal companies. It was like, oh, I need you to make an anime intro for us. It's like, okay. What? It's about digital. It's about digital monsters, and they're the champions. And they're called. That's all they were told. That's all they were told. And they whipped it together in like 2 minutes. He's like, here you go.
Oh, this is great, thanks. Here's your 20 cents.
Oh boy.
We'll send you one free Digimon toy with every episode airing.
we can't pay you in actual money. Because this show freaking sucks. Our budget is like 10 cents as it is. Pay you in free Digimon toys are like made out of they're made out of like recycled fortune cookies. So melted down fortune cookies. I think, oh wait a minute, fortune cookies can melt? It's like, yeah. It clearly says "do not eat" on the package. Do not eat on the package. Well, I got some bad news. It's kind of like vacuuming the carpet, but on the inside of you. Oh god, that's like one medical procedure I just like I fear above most others. Just having my stomach pumped. It's scary.
Yeah.
Because you are literally just having your stomach, the contents of your stomach just vacuumed out. That I don't think that would feel too good.
I don't think
that would feel too good at all. I don't ingest things that I'm not supposed to, so I've never had it done. I am Boot. That's what's wrong with the knockoff anime. Anyone know of Dinosaur King?
That's true. I know of Dinosaur King.
You know of Dinosaur King.
I do. I like Dinosaur King. Or at least I liked it back when I was a kid. The CGI dinosaurs versus the 2D everything else kind of bothered me. It wasn't as obnoxious as Kirby was when it came to randomly switching back and forth. Randomly switching back and forth between CGI and 2D animation for some of the characters. That bothered me.
Oh my goodness. What kind of content am I recommending? Just mostly video game meme content. Like, Wilburger videos. What was it? Remember the video that I posted in the chat with the trying to use terms that would be familiar. It's a robot infiltrating a city, and everyone thinks it's a human. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm no synth.
There it is. There's
well,
the Dinosaur King opening.
That guy produces mostly Bethesda-related content. It's really funny. Being awkward. Dinosaur King. It's Dinosaur King.
What? Stick something like this.
Oh, is that your Halloween picture? I just noticed.
Yes. It is the Halloween picture.
So, what is the significance of band on the female character? I've seen that in I've seen that in media.
The triangle?
Yeah, the triangle, because it almost looks like I gotta be honest, it almost looks like underwear on. I gotta be. That's just, and I don't know.
It's just a thing that they put.
It's Shinto related, yes.
Probably. All I know is that this shows up on characters who are not living. It like denotes a ghost or something like that.
Ah.
That is my understanding of what it means. Let's see what we can do here. So it's like a whitish color because ghosts. You can't tell, but I swear I'm coloring it a different color. Should have used something that wasn't so close to it. I'll go ahead and use something else. Actually, that's not a different color, is it? No, I don't think that's what Kenyatta was talking about.
No, that is definitely not what I meant.
No.
That anime is actually on my list.
I refuse to watch it.
Whoa. The special cookies?
Among other things, no. I refuse. Yo, I'm live streaming right now.
You're live streaming?
Yes.
Okay.
You going to work?
Yeah, I gotta leave real soon.
Okay. Gonna come back at 6 in the morning?
Yep.
Okay, well, have fun.
Can I do it again tomorrow night?
Have fun.
Yep.
See you later, Mike.
Yep.
Third shift. It's so fun. Right up until the point where they have to coax you off the roof. No. I won't do it anymore. Johnny, don't jump, Johnny. Don't jump. It gets better after the 100th time. You're lying. It's been 5 months. It's only been a week, Johnny. Oh God.
Oops. Do we still retain 4 watchers in the do we still retain 4 watchers by any chance?
Oh, we have 4 watchers.
Yay! There's no guarantee it's the same 4 watchers, but I'll take it. Actually, I think I personally know all 4 of these watchers, but I could be wrong. That is A-okay. I bet if I went in and tagged it as JoJo, more of my followers would be like, oh, you're drawing something JoJo related? But I'm not, so that would be false advertising. The alternative, the Toaster Genie is also not in any way JoJo related, so... I don't think switching over to that one would really help at this point. And this is going surprisingly smoothly. I wonder which one of the tedious first steps of drawing a picture like this is my least favorite. I'm not sure if it's the lines or the coloring.
Chase is just spamming unrelated videos into the chat.
I was gonna say, isn't that one video related to something that we've been that you expressly told me not to let you talk about, Chase? He's typing. Here we share the opinion. Fair enough. Easy stuff.
I am boot Rickrolling fans with a JoJo.
There is a... I could do that. Put JoJo in the thumbnail and then Rickroll. People have done it before.
There could be a JoJo called Rick Astley.
There could be.
That would be interesting. Isn't there a Huey Lewis in the news? Oh,
There might be.
when I was researching for you, I'm pretty sure I found a Huey Lewis in the news reference in the wiki.
There probably is. There's not a reference to the Electric Light Orchestra, though.
Not looking it up. Not looking it up.
You've already made a meme for us.
I did. I've already made a meme. I got it out of my system.
There's 3 references to Johnny Cash, apparently.
Oh boy. Oh.
The JoJo game is gonna be fun. I've just gotta make sure I have a PowerPoint put together for the basic introduction to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't know, I might have seen that. What is it? Nope. Can't say I have. Mandom. Where Araki got the idea for Ringo Road again. Sometimes they go for the most obscure stuff. Oh, too bad more people aren't watching this, otherwise I would totally just give out hints for the JoJo game and be like, okay, keep an eye out for this one, I hope you know this song. I could always just change it up to say something like, let's talk about JoJo Part 5. That's always interesting. I haven't watched this week's episode yet. Part 5 is the most boring JoJo part.
I am Boot. Here's Kenyatta of Yawn. Where did all that spirit bomb energy go? First of all, how did you spell my name correctly the first time? Second of all, I have plenty of energy. That's very striking. No one ever spells it correctly the first time. Never, ever. This is a conspiracy.
It might be a
It is a conspiracy. I'm being washed. I have to sweep the room. Sweep the room of books. Yeah, Don is right.
That's not the right color. There we go.
Let's browse. I'm gonna browse DeviantArt. Gonna see what kind of stuff is on DeviantArt.
Here we go.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Okay. If I find something inappropriate, I'm going to say mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
That's going to be the code word for inappropriate content that wasn't flagged as such. I'm gonna go ahead and nope, show mature content is off. All right, we're gonna go ahead and mashed potatoes. There we go. Third row down, mashed potatoes. Oh, mashed potatoes.
Poor potato.
Mashed potatoes.
When I'm done with this,
I'm curious.
video.
I'm going to turn on the mature filter, or turn off the mature filter. Well, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Why was She-Ra marked as mature? Oh, whatever.
You know, there are two types of people. There are people who don't believe in censoring at all, and people who are always a little bit, you know, skeptical, so they over-censor things.
Yeah, it's just a picture of the new She-Ra. The one that looks like a boy with long hair.
Ideologically sensitive material!
Broad shoulders, barrel chest. She looks like a dude. You can be a strong-looking lady. Just look like a lady. This doesn't even look like a lady. Like a long-haired dude.
I
Like
mean,
what?
she looks like she's supposed to be She-Ra. How old was the original She-Ra in terms of, like, actual age?
She was an adult.
Okay. And this one is not an adult? Yes? Probably?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
So. There's a little bit of
it looked like they
there.
used, like, a male base to draw She-Ra. Even the head is, it's, the jawline is just, I don't know, it looks like a male jawline, that's all. Tumblr artists, am I right? Guess that kind of bleeds over with the conspiracy theories with about network just being a collection of CalArts graduates who hire their friends.
No,
Like
there's
Adventure Time.
I've actually seen a video of somebody who got essentially confirmation of just that. I could send it to you. I could send it to you later if you wanted.
Okay, that would be nice. I am Boot. We're going to have we're gonna have a good Thanksgiving this year. Yeah, probably.
Thanksgiving will be fun.
Thanksgiving will be.
Oh yeah, Yeah, Goblin Slayer has a PG rating. Yeah, that's the thing.
Wow.
And
Edgy.
my impression of the Angels of Death is it's not scary, it's not exceptionally gory, and the swearing isn't that heavy like it is in the game, but it says on my anime list that the ONA is rated for mature audiences. Which, I mean, it's like...
I forgot what your art looks like before you add layers to it. She looks like a Dr. Seuss character.
We have it again. we have the Cindy Lou Who eyes again. I was wondering if you were going to say that.
Why?
Why are you taking a Christmas tree?
I'm gonna burn it! You punches in the face. No! No!
But yeah, Goblin Slayer, I mean, it's generally not something that I think I would watch.
From the one episode that I watched,
Which was probably the first episode.
Yeah, it was the first episode because of the edge, quote unquote. They seem to be okay. How do I even describe this issue that I have? It seems like they're trying too hard.
So I have a question here. Are we just living in a completely different generation where, a completely different generation of anime where something like Goblin Slayer and even Angels of Death is called edgy, but people don't go back to Hellsing Ultimate and call it edgelord trash?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I suppose...
Is it too classical?
It is the new generation of kids who haven't really consumed or Hellsing Ultimate. I mean, and they see something like just the murder of an entire party, and
because basically everything you see in the first episode of anything you can see in Goblin Slayer, they've done in more edgy in Hellsing Ultimate.
The thing that they complained about in the first episode of Goblin Slayer, right?
Yeah.
It happens almost every issue of Berserk that happens. It happened to Guts. It happened almost every character. It's not a nice setting.
So,
and it's just...
Are you following Goblin Slayer by any chance, Chase? Because he says the first episode is a trap, and then it leaves the edge off for a while.
It is a trap because I was going about that. I'm under the impression that they put that particular scene in as a sort of hook, because it follows the same. The animation is lazy. Okay, let me just say flat out. It just feel it's sluggish. It's there's no. It doesn't seem. When there's combat, it definitely doesn't seem it doesn't seem fluid. It's like Bleach, right? It's like that. It's not sword combat. That's just they lock swords, later, and then they swing hard. Or one of the guy overpowers the other guy. The other guy gets slammed into the ground, and that repeats over and over and over and over and over and over and over again for every single fight, every time. There's no swordplay at all. Zero swordplay, and it just seems to me like they want to make the art beautiful. They don't want to spend the time to make the animation beautiful. And it's kind of like, it's kind of like, I've seen clips from Overlord as well, and it seems to have the same problem. It looks it's nice looking, but it's just like, it's nice looking in the way that well, okay. Have you ever seen the Star Trek animated series? It is.
Oh, wait a second. Since Chase mentioned something about Bleach just now, and you mentioned it earlier. When we got to later episodes of Bleach, because I was skipping all the fillers and watching it with my brother, we got up to the part where Orihime gets kidnapped by Ulquiorra, and the thing is, we got to the point where in Bleach, when they were making one motion, they would play the same animation dramatically over and over and over again. You know, like how sometimes something dramatic will happen and they'll play it 3 times from different angles? It would do that,
right.
Only it wasn't dramatic, and they would just replay the same animation over and over and over again, and it got to the point where we were counting how many times it flashed back and forth in this one particular time, and how many times did they play the exact same thing over? 15. 15 times they flashed this exact same bit of animation.
When you just mentioned that, and it reminds me of Samurai Jack, where they replay the one motion over and over again to show you how dramatic it is. But then again, when there is sword fighting in Samurai Jack, at least it's fluid, right? It's not just one swing and then it's over. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The crappy little blocky Samurai Jack art style, it has better animation than something like Bleach, where there's just like, look how nice we made the characters look. We have no more animation budget.
Bleach's art style really didn't,
the other guy goes into the building, and there we go. I'm gonna repeat that over and over again. I'm sorry, everyone. I talked over you. What?
No, I said Bleach's art style, especially in the anime, hasn't aged well.
No.
No, at least I don't think so. Like, I liked looking back at the manga because I liked seeing how Kubo's art style had changed over time. It was really interesting to watch. That's why I sometimes like long-running series, is I like to see how the art evolves. Chase admits no, the animation is not serviceable nowadays. And, at least, like, the art style and stuff. They did change it. It's funny, because they did change it to, fit with, Kubo's evolving art style. And that includes, changing Gin Ichimaru's eye color every time he opened his eyes. Because for a while, we didn't know what color his eyes actually were. Canonly, they're blue. Like an ice blue color. If anybody wanted to know, I still have some memories of Bleach that aren't bad.
I have to read all the chases. It's almost like chases in like a glass case, and he's screaming through it, and you have to go back.
I'm reading it as
I agree.
And I'll admit, I am kind of watching the text go by. I am reading Chase's things, but I'm sorry, I'm not reading them as they pop up, because I'm trying to finish,
I Am Boot says, in Toriko, the art style never really changed. The author even admitted it.
Yeah, but he acts like he's not bad at drawing. Some of the characters look wacky, but they're not, like, One Piece kind of wacky. And I felt bad, because he's like, my art style didn't improve at all, and I'm like, you still drew this for, like, 10 years straight. That's something to be proud of, man. And it's true, the characters, unlike Komatsu, towards the end he drew Komatsu's nose differently. But all the characters essentially look the same as they did when it first started. Yep, Gin's eyes went from red to purple to green to blue. I have a meme of that somewhere on my Pinterest board. I know, because I was looking at it yesterday and being like, oh yeah, I remember Bleach. It's not the right I should use a color reference sometime. Actually. There we go. That should be better. What did you call the espadas again? Let me think.
Super Saiyan Hollows.
One of them was, yeah, they are Super Saiyan Hollows. What is, a couple of them were, well, Grimjow was Grimjow. One of them was, a couple of them were like waste of a concept. I forgot what most of them were, though. You did list them off like that yesterday, though.
I like Centaur Lady, and not because she has like, not because she's
well endowed.
Okay, well, no, not that either. No, I think the idea of just no, more or less because of that, but I don't see centaurs very often. That's all.
Orisa.
Well, I mean centaurs in anime. That's probably because I haven't been exposed to that much. They're probably.
You know what? I think when I think of centaurs in anime, the only thing I can actually think of is something like the ancient Magus Bride. That's the only one that comes immediately to mind.
I don't know if I could watch that.
The Ancient Magus Bride?
No, it just, I don't know. It just kind of screams. It just kind of screams fangirl bait.
That's the thing, though. You know how it looks good? It looks good in still images, and it looks good when it's animated as well. Admittedly, it's not like there's a lot of combat, but it really is a gorgeous show. Oops.
I understand that animation is expensive,
Mm-hmm.
but if you make a show about sword fighters, I don't want to see club combat.
If you make a show about ice skaters, I want to see the animation. I don't care if you have to flash animate or CG animate. No, what? No, CG still does kind of bother me. I don't care if you have to flash animate everything else. You better put the time into the actual ice skating routines. Which it's not like there wasn't research done, but the actual animation itself was still gross. Huh. Chiron isn't a centaur in Fate Apocrypha. I feel like you mentioned that to me before.
Fate Apocrypha, is that the one?
That's the one with the trap, yes.
The one with the trap.
Astolfo, yeah. I'm sure there's more than one trap in the Fate series, but that's definitely the one that people are talking about. Or people talked about. I don't know, we're on to different Fate series now.
No traps. We're not gonna talk about traps. We promise, chat.
Chase says, surprisingly no, only Astolfo. Really? Well, I suppose.
Case is an expert on the subject.
Yeah, he knows much about the Fate series. He says, unless you count reverse traps, which I don't.
What is a trap again?
Girl must, you know how...
We've already broken our promise. It's been less than a minute.
Chase says, I know too much. But a trap is, dude looks like a lady, right? Well, the reverse trap is lady looks like a guy. Or is usually intentionally passing herself off as a guy. Or in the case of Ouran, High School Host Club was just mistaken for a guy. And because she doesn't really care she doesn't really care, so she just says, I honestly don't care whether or not you were perceiving me as a guy or a girl. I really just want you guys appreciating me as a person. And I'm like, oh, well, that's progressive. And to a point I can appreciate that, but at the same time, they were calling you a dude, and because you ended up in the host club, they automatically assumed you were gay. which leads into a lot of jokes. It's actually it's classic shoujo. Hashtag read the manga. Season 2 never.
Now, see, that's why I like Japanese media. They instead of catering to one specific group's needs, they cater to everyone's needs. Like, if you don't want to watch something like or let's see, if you don't want to watch like Nichijou, right? If you don't want to, you want to have your shoujo with a little bit of text involved, you can watch something vapid if you'd like. Here we go. You got a bunch of fangirl beachy dudes running around getting into shenanigans.
Those are usually
like that.
stuff that's based off of what do you call them? Those the reverse harem ones that are based off of the Otome games. I hate series that are based off of Otome games. I really do.
What are our Otome games?
Oh, they're the dating simulators, you know. Hey, here are a bunch of characters. You get to pick a route to go down. Because, you know, because the characters are always based off of, at least in the case of female characters, they're always cardboard cutouts who react to literally everything with no personalities of their own.
Good night, I am Boot.
Oh, I am Boot, you're leaving. Oh, well, good night. Thank you for tuning in and sticking around for how long that you have been around. We're almost 2 hours into this, and I am almost finished with the coloring. Yay! Now we're down to 3. We're down to 3 viewers. I'm gonna keep going though because this is relaxing and I like it. But yeah, shows they do. They have lots of they've got anime for pretty much everyone.
Why is it my female protagonist? Why doesn't she I bet that's why the ambiguous race thing exists on Tumblr. Like dark skin, pink hair, pink Caucasian hair. I guarantee that's why it exists, because they're trying to cover all bases.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't need to do that. You know, people come in every shape and size. You can draw someone who's freaking massive, who's stupid manly, like any given character in JoJo, and have them like pose flamboyantly, but you're never gonna say anything. Because without their stand, they could still do terrible things to your face. I Am Boot is not gone.
Oh, not yet?
Well, I must have missed his their comment. I'm not assuming their gender. I'm not saying Oh, that was an Animaniacs reference. Okay.
Oh. Was it then?
I have not seen Animaniacs in a very, very long time. Since I was a small child.
Were you
still small? I have to remind everyone at every point. Were you what?
You switched from saying small boy to small child, so I was kind of like, were you not a boy as a child, Kenyatta?
Oh, no. I still feel like a child because I'm freaking small. I need to get big. When is my growth spurt coming?
Here's the list. Chase has posted his list of character nicknames for the Espadas of Bleach.
We got Emo Black Tears. We got
Wasted Concept Stark. Yeah. Stark
we
was a
got
wasted
that
concept.
guy. We got one African dude. We got whoever that is. We got Boobs. We got we got Boobs number 2. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got Spider-Man. We got whoever that is. I don't even recognize the name.
Who?
And we got that guy, and we got Grimjow. If you couldn't tell who that was just by me, you obviously are not a fan of Bleach. Yukiora, Stark, Baraga, Zomari, Araniro, Holly Bell.
I don't remember most of
Nell.
them. I remember,
Dior,
like, some of them...
I think the writer of the show really needs to educate themselves on Spanish spellings of things.
Well, that's why I appreciate the correct pronunciation of Ulquiorra.
Oh. Dior.
Fangirls
Emo
Cry.
tea.
Fangirls
Dior
Cry, that is
jerky.
very much, Oh, really? He is the, what do you call it? Oh yeah, he has a reference to the cipher part of his, or is that, no, Grimjow Jaeger? Never mind, I'm gonna stop my train of thought right here, and I'm just gonna say Fangirl Tears is an appropriate name.
He cries black tears. My Chemical Romance. That's his name. My Chemical Romance.
Oh, there was a name, oh yeah, darn it. Darn it. No, nobody's here. Oh, well, somebody might get it. But it was yesterday when I was, finishing drawing the doggos. And do you remember the red one that I posted in the chat after I finished drawing it?
I remember the red one.
Yeah, well, he's from Kakuryou no Yarameshi, which I'm sure nobody actually wants to hear about right now. But, basically, his new nickname now is Clifford. That's how we're gonna refer to him from now on. You only ever see him a couple of times in, like, the little doggo form. And that looks really cute, but he's actually a real big jerk. He's a jerk. I don't actually care.
Somebody posted in the chat, in the, on my Twitter feed. On the Twitter feed, I'm looking at the Twitter feed instead of chat. No, I'll look at the chat. I am Boot says, moves like Jaegerjack. I don't know what Jaegerjack is.
That's Grimjow's last name. Why do they have last names anyway? It's one of those weird things that everybody seems to forget in Bleach, is that most everybody in the show is already dead.
Yeah. But they age.
But they age.
Kill me.
No, we need you to read the chat.
I feel like Zhao, he's a cat.
He's a cat.
And I cat aesthetic.
Okay, so I'm gonna fix
He is a feline.
Yep.
He cut off one of his arms to prove a point.
Too bad you never find out what happened to him.
Oh, Grimjow has good combat animation.
Yeah, Chase.
There we
actually,
go.
that was one of the things that I didn't read from Chase earlier. He said something about the only time the Bleach animation was really good was when Grimjow was punching a strawberry. Also, yes, technically,
Yeah.
Grimjow didn't cut off his own arm. It was somebody else who did it.
Oh, it was somebody else who did it.
Yeah.
I don't remember. That show sucked. I try to. I try not to remember too much of things that I find that suck because I get depressed and then I have to eat things.
The blind
watch,
douche.
like-
Oh, I know who the blind douche is. He was one of the traitors from the Soul Society arc. Yeah.
I am Booth. They age unlike The Simpsons.
Unlike
That
The
is
Simpsons.
yes. Simpsons are more immortal undead than the immortal undead people.
That's so true though.
Bard been 10 for almost twice that time. Yeah.
That's true. Not that I know too much about The Simpsons because I've never really watched it, but I know who the characters are. I feel like this is the wrong color. The screen doesn't distort it that much, but sometimes I swear. I'm using two different colors to color the same area. That's somewhat annoying. Let's see.
Oh boy.
No, I don't like that. Whatever. Keep going with grays. I don't care. I certainly don't draw that consistently between one piece of fan art and the next, so I'm not going to start here.
Watch Boldy's. Do you watch Boldy's Basics with Markiplier?
I do.
You do.
I do. Mark gets so mad at that game.
Sweep, sweep, sweep!
Sweep, sweep. Let's
That broom pissed.
play.
Oh my. Let's play. No, let's not play. Come on. I'll strangle that kid with that jump rope. I'll strangle the principal. No running in the halls.
I wasn't running.
Detention for you.
Chase says use a chain.
I haven't seen a game theory on Boldy's Basics yet.
Oh?
No. No game theory on Baldi's Basics. You would think.
Yeah.
What if Baldi was actually the protagonist?
What if no? Here's the no. It's a here's the big conspiracy. Baldi actually has hair.
I googled this subject, and according to a blog that I found, some bald people used to have hair. In fact, most bald people. Here are the statistics on bald people. That means this theory is correct. This channel has like a million subscribers. Oh no.
Yeah. That was a theory that Rosalina is Luigi and Peach's daughter from the future past.
Oh my god. One Punch Man's power is terrifying. Oh, you don't say.
You don't say.
Nah, there's nothing scary. There's nothing scary about One Punch Man's power.
I am Boot. MatPat is getting stupid. I wouldn't say stupid. Just running out of content, maybe. There just needs to be more phenomenon game. Five Nights at Freddy's. Maybe they could do a Fortnite Fortnite fan theory. Fortnite is hypnotizing 8-year-old boys to dance more. I don't know. I don't know.
Also, yes, Chase, the fact that One Punch Man's power is gag power, yes, that is what is terrifying about it. For the sake of the joke, it will always
makes sense.
What?
I am Boot says Pickle Rick makes sense. Oh yeah, it makes sense. All right, makes sense. The sense is that Dan Harmon is not a funny man. That's the sense. Oh, he's okay. Oh boy, let me read Chase. He's probably having a rant.
It's a dumb meme and that makes me hate humanity. Sorry, I read it. Too late. I'm sorry.
If I had a fan theory channel, I would do Fortnite is hypnotizing children.
I am sorry, Chase.
With stupid hip hop video dances. I am Boot says my history teacher loves Pickle Rick.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's all I have to say about that. Oh dear.
Dan Harmon is to... I would say that Dan Harmon is to Rick and Morty as Steve Jobs is to Apple. Wozniak came up with all the good ideas.
I would probably make a channel debunking theories at this point. Because I might have to do... I might have to do another one related to Angels of Death. I already managed to cover the sickle cell theory. Looks like Angels of Death is the next one on the list. What?
I am Boots. Starts playing Despacito. Thank you. We needed that.
What is Despacito?
What?
What is Despacito?
What is Despacito?
Yeah.
Normie music.
Okay.
It's a normie song. It's like Pinnacle normie music.
The Pinnacle? All I know is I know of it from memes. That's all.
This is sad. Alexa, play Despacito.
Yep, that's the one. Which I don't get, and I don't find it funny. It's just a thing. The world has gone too far. I am holding a cake pop. Why are you holding a cake pop, Chase? Or is this another meme I'm not aware of? Are cake pops a meme that I'm not aware of?
I don't think it's a meme. I think he's literally just holding a cake pop. I am Boot. Am I the only one talking in this chat? I believe you are.
Yes.
It is. I am Boot's chat.
Congratulations, you own the chat tonight.
Yes, you own the chat. I even clicked over to live chat and there goes Chase. I am Boot. I like cake. I do like cake pops too. My sister will occasionally make cake pops. It's pretty good.
They are delicious. I agree with the sentiment. It is a cake lollipop. Lollipop, 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 lollipop. And let's sing the best for everybody else's sake. I haven't heard that song in so long. It is a cake and a lollipop. It is not a cake on a stick. It is a cake and a lollipop. That is true.
One of the people I follow, Skin Mutant Caramel Monsters have destroyed a town, and no one can do anything about it because they're arguing whether it's pronounced caramel or caramel.
Oh, so I started listening to, because of a... I don't know what you're talking about, Chase. You seem to be going off on some sort of tangent that I can't understand.
I think somebody spiked those cake pops.
No. What was the, what was it I was talking about, though? Something about... It wasn't cake pops? Yeah, I forgot. Oh, yeah. I started listening to, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast. And I want to link you to it, because it only just started. But, and the guy who runs it is Christopher Wankamp, and he, gets, some of his friends over at Funimation to, be the, party members while he plays the dungeon master. And so far there's 7 episodes in, and it's really, really been fun. Is the cake a lie, Chase? Is this what you were getting at? I have to send you the dungeon booth. That's
We should restart the campaign and live stream it.
Yeah, we should. Can I be honest? I didn't like how inexperienced I felt.
I didn't like how inexperienced I felt either. So.
So I think just Kenneth like I don't know.
I think Kenneth was taking it way too seriously, and Chase. It was really confusing because Chase was playing 2 characters.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Too bad. I mean, we did have some funny moments. We really should have been recording it, though. It was some fun stuff. Did I finish? Oh, nope, I still gotta do Zach's pants. Almost done here, though. Now the Lollipop song is stuck in my head.
Oh yeah, like I remembered that Kadaj, his Dark Elf character, also that is also the name of the edgy Sephiroth clone from Advent Children. I sent you like a photoshopped picture of his character on the Advent Children character's body, and I don't think he's kind of he's getting really mad. Hold on, I'll put that in the chat, Chase. You need to see it. This is roasts should be seen. Well, it wasn't really a roast. It wasn't a roast.
He says he is not mad. He is disappointed.
Ah man, I got a lot of risque pictures in this picture folder. Like, look, I got a Vileplume in here.
I remember that Vileplume.
Well, no, I saw I for some reason downloaded I downloaded a picture of an artist I follow, and occasionally he will post some things that aren't exactly SFW, as it were.
Oh yeah, you did make changing Kadach's name a quest, didn't you?
Yes, I made it a side quest. Okay, so since we're not going to follow the campaign, I'm going to tell you where it was going to go. Okay, so the beet farmer, the beet cult, worshipped like a magical beet that was going to send you on a quest to find a farmer that committed war crimes against their people, and he was the only being left. And it was going to turn out to be the wagon driver.
I knew it was going to be the wagon driver. I knew that's who it was going to be.
Well, the beets used to roam the countryside and eat children, steal children from villages and eat them. This is like the last beat was like a war band leader that led the raiding parties, stealing the children to eat the children.
Would we have completed the quest if we decided to kill the beet?
Yes, that
Yay!
quest would have been not the main quest. That was going to be the most convoluted thing that I could possibly. I was just getting up as I went along.
I
To be honest,
went to beat the beat. Yes.
To beat the beat.
The Grawl would have just eaten the beat.
Ryan Boot says I have Wii music stuck in my head.
Oh no. No. Want me to keep singing Lollipop? Want me to keep singing Lollipop?
Oh gosh, that's awful. It's an awful thing.
No, it could be worse. Let me think. The Barbie song by Aqua. I could start singing that.
No. That is worse.
So we'll stick with Lollipop, Lollipop, oh,
No.
Lollipop, oh,
What? That's not how it sounds like. Oh my god. When I worked retail, they would just play the same 5 songs over and over again, and it was the worst.
Mm-hmm.
They were terrible songs. What was it? It was a cover of Roundabout by Yes.
Uh-oh.
It was the song Peaches, which is just the worst. Because there are no euphemisms, but you would think, the way it was sung, you would think that Peaches was a euphemism for something, but it's not. I looked it up. It's not a euphemism. It's just the worst song ever. What else did they play? Some cancer that I can't think of here.
My favorite part of the campaign we never completed was when I think it was Chase got up to do something, and you would pretend you would add that to the quest as like a Dio stop time and stuff like that. And at some point you said,
camp.
Yeah, he's stealing marshmallows. And my favorite part was when you were just like, a magical tumbleweed rolls through the camp, and Kenneth goes, I want it as a pet. And that's how we got a magical tumbleweed.
I came up with stats for the tumbleweed, too.
That was my favorite part.
I'm pretty sure I have tumbleweed stats in there.
Awesome. I liked it. We had magical tumbleweed on our team after that. Hey, look, the base colors are done.
Yeah, Ken was deciding what he wanted to do, and I was like, a magical tumbleweed rolls across the valley. And he's like, I want the tumbleweed, that's what we're doing. Yeah, that doesn't sound like that, but quite the opposite, actually. Where did I get that accent from? Gosh. Oh, yes, that's right. There's a guy that I didn't like. there's a YouTuber that I didn't like. And yeah, he sounded like that. And I was like, haha, that's gonna be my nerd from now on. I can't find the Kadash picture. Darn.
Ah, I'm on the wrong way.
I'm sure it's somewhere. It's gotta be somewhere. It's...
Boop.
I'm a superstar by... Ah, Wing of Shu has arrived.
Wing of Shu! Thank goodness you're here! I was wondering where some of the regulars went. Boot has been unintentionally monopolizing the chat because no one else has been here.
And all these bodies, the red blood cells getting lost while delivering oxygen in cardboard boxes.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. What?
Welcome to the stream.
Yes, welcome to the stream. Based off of the fact that I'm going to have to make a review of Angels of Death now that it is finished, just as an update, I might have to debunk the ending theory that people have somewhat accepted because the ending is so darn vague. They didn't make it any better in the anime. They stuck to the source material, but they didn't make it any better. In fact, in some aspects, they made it worse. So now everyone's arguing about what actually happened in the end. They jumped out a window, that's what happened in the end, okay? Just accept it. The fall from a 2-story window also is not enough to kill them collectively, seeing as everything that has happened to Zack over the course of the series. Yeah, no, he's not a 2-story fall, that wouldn't work. It's a running thing. Nobody cares but me, but that's okay. One day somebody's gonna be interested and accidentally come across my videos. I'm glad most of the big YouTubers most of the big Anitubers that I'm watching dropped it by like the 6th episode, so now they're not talking about it anymore and everyone's moved on. That's good. Everybody can just forget about it and move on. Except me. Oh, now I've got the Wii music stuck in my head. Thanks a lot, Boot. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, lolly, lollipop, lollipop, lollipop. I will be the Barbie song very soon if you don't stop.
That's a terrible song to get started. The Barbie song's worse.
Aqua has other songs, and they're all just about the same. I listen to them, though. I like how her eyes turned down. It's not even as complicated as I usually make them. Good job. Oh, well, Wing of Shu, you did happen to show up by the time I had finished with all the base coloring and stuff like that. So now you get to watch shading for however long we decide to
Wing of
stay
Shu,
up with
I've
this.
heard Barbie Girl in 10 different languages.
Nice. I think the only song I've heard in that many different languages, I think the only song I've heard was Caramel Dancing.
Oh, Caramel Dancing.
And I can sing it in at least 3 of them.
Oh, I don't know. What is worse? Caramel Dancing or Barbie Girl?
Oh, well.
No, you know what? Caramel Dancing is worse because it comes with a...
You kind of blipped out. What did he say?
Oh, I was debating which song is worse, Barbie Girl or Caramel Dancing. I think it's Caramel Dancing.
Nah, I like Caramel Dancing. I'm obsessed with it, and I'm one of the few people who can...
Comes with a weeby dance, and
I love the weeby dance. People are just like, it's cultural appropriation. No, actually, the Swedish band that originally sang the song and made the video for it, using an anime-like style, was the one who came up with that dance meme. So no, they're not appropriating anything.
In the mid-2000s, where anime fans still smelled. It was still like that, it was still like that grace period where there were people that liked the anime. I mean, you could tell by, like, looking at them. They look
Chase
really
is saying goodnight.
greasy and gross. Good night, Chase. And
Talk to you later.
when it was safe to assume that everyone likes a little bit of anime at least. It's like, oh yeah, that guy definitely doesn't like anime, and he ended up liking anime, and it was just like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, most of the time, people back in the day, you could tell that they did not like anime. And if they liked anime, you could tell that too. You could smell it first. You could definitely smell it first.
Back in the day.
Back in the 1800s when I was in school.
Among the many other ideas I've had ideas for making some more of those storytime animatics of how I came to watching individual animes, because the stories are interesting. Bleach has a particularly interesting story. But
One of the Yokai and Yokai Watch, Yokai Watch video game has Caramel Dance as one of its victory dances.
Oh, really?
Now know that. This is from I Am Boot.
I believe it. Back when I was first starting an unsuccessful YouTube channel that no longer exists because it got kicked, I used to make Yu-Gi-Oh! AMVs and really dumb little animations that I'm actually
why did it get banned? Why did it get banned?
Well, like I said, it was the Yu-Gi-Oh! AMVs. I was using Windows Movie Maker as an editing software, and it got copyright stricken multiple times for these little Yu-Gi-Oh! AMVs I used to make. I have to look again just to see if any Yu-Gi-Oh! AMVs still exist on YouTube. Because it's just like...
Oh, Wing of Shu, you missed it. We were talking about Yuri on Ice. I know that seems like a little unexpected on this channel, but
nah,
it was happening.
You should totally expect it.
Yeah. yeah, I was like, I went into Yuri on Ice thinking, oh, I'm gonna see some stuff, and it was they definitely should be sued over false advertising. That is not the Yuri I expected. That is not the Yuri I wanted. And it was the opposite of the Yuri I wanted. It was the very opposite of that. And
Well, it got
I was
brought up
upset.
because we were talking about Red Garden and you were getting mad, and I said you could have just watched Yuri on Ice instead.
Red Guard's worse. I guarantee it's worse.
It is.
Because what?
It is. Red Garden is worse.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But you watched that, so I'm not going to try to strong arm you into
I
watching Yuri on Ice anymore.
also drew an NPC Kate meme and anime, which Miss Cracker should definitely make the thumbnail
You know what?
of this live stream.
I definitely will do that, actually.
Do it!
I will make NPC Kate the thumbnail when it gets, NPC Kate will definitely be the thumbnail. When... Yes. That's a great idea. Just send it, like, I know it's in the chat, but make sure you send it to me again. Because that's...
okay.
that's great.
I'll do it. I'll send it to the other chat. Hold on. Find it in the thing. Why do I have a picture of Andrea Dworkin in here? She's ugly and terrible and mean. I was probably just sending it to someone. I was like, oh yeah, look how you can see the problem now, can't you? Very, very ugly individual, both inside and out.
I'd rather have the Yuri on Ice theme song
Kinda
stuck
looks
in my
like,
head than the theme music.
What, like, if Miss Piggy was like, she just let herself go. I know that she's a pig.
There we go. Yep, that's...
Good question, .exe.
Yep, that's gonna be the thumbnail. So anybody who wonders if they're
It's
missing out
not much
on
of a change
something-
to her face either.
No, it's not. It still looks exactly like her. Anybody who watches this and wonders if they're missing out on something, it's gonna be in the thumbnail.
Wing of Shoe, the exclamation mark in the title made things more confusing. And Yuri on Ice, yeah. I would have to say so.
3 exclamation marks behind the word Yuri. You can't tell me that that wasn't planned.
Yuri! On Ice. That's like Tourette's. Do any of the characters have Tourette's? That's Yuri! On Ice. That's like Mr. Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents. Furries!
Oh, what was it I was gonna say? I went ice skating last Saturday for the first time in a while, and it felt so good, and I was like, oh yeah, now I remember why I hated this show so much. Because I love ice skating, and the show was not about ice skating, and it made me mad.
No, it was about affirming stereotypes. That's what.
Again, that's something that I mentioned. It's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to use this show to tell people that figure skating isn't gay.
It's like I am Boot. It's like I burn my hand at night.
I burned my hand! 3 exclamation marks.
At
night. That's exactly what it's like.
We were discussing classic SpongeBob a few days ago.
That was a couple of weeks ago now, I think.
It was a couple of weeks ago, and it was pretty great. First 3 seasons, very memeable.
Mm-hmm.
Full of memes, full of quotes. Really good stuff.
Season 4 was when the episodes started being
slasher.
not as good.
What was that?
Season 4 was when it started being not as good. I wouldn't go as far as to say that's when it started being bad, but it just definitely a longer string of less impressive episodes. And it's not.
Yeah,
really,
I mean,
that's the thing. SpongeBob isn't a show that you look for silly stuff like continuity and character development and stuff like that. It's a cartoon that is a cartoon, right?
Right.
So you got to appreciate the fact that it's just that. So when you say that the episodes aren't good, you're not saying that as it got, like it lost its focus or something like that, or it doesn't have a plot anymore or something like that. SpongeBob never actually had a plot. But the episodes just weren't as good. That's just a simple personal personal opinion, of course, but still. Most people do agree that, I think that people say that that there are some newer episodes that aren't as terrible, but it's just not the same.
Did you use the fill tool down there?
Where?
Down there.
Yeah, I did actually. Now, you see, in the case of
keep
all
going.
of these,
Yeah.
you see, those are from, when I literally just, watch this. You see, the background would look like that, and then I go onto the line layer, and select all these parts, and then you go down to this layer again, and delete it, and ta-da, you have a base layer to contrast all of the colors on. Ta-da!
I am booed. Why can't a squirrel screw in a light bulb? Because they're just so darn stupid.
I didn't like the squirrel jokes episode.
Yeah, it got a little mean. Got a little mean. A little bit mean. Howdy, y'all.
I think it's one of those things where when I was a kid, you ever have like a character who's your favorite character, but if there's ever an episode that where bad things are happening to your favorite character, you don't like it, so you don't watch it as often. It was one of those kinds of episodes.
Yeah.
Are we at... Oh. There we go. Let's bring the, solid back up on the picture. I think I'm going to add a background to this as well once I've finished it, because I realized looking at the original inked picture that I could very easily put these characters on like a graveyard background, and it could look really cool, so that's what I'm going to do. Not in the live stream, though, because that will involve some free drawing, and I don't need to be showing off my free drawing yet.
Aww.
Not yet.
Looking at Ted Cruz's Twitter page, and he used to have a Zodiac killer meme pinned on his feed, and yeah, which proves that he's not a normie.
Yeah, I was debating earlier whether or not I should just go in and change the thumbnail to say something about JoJo, and then we could be talking about the Part 5 anime and stuff like that. But the truth is, I'm not drawing anything related to JoJo, and it would probably be some false advertisement. I try not to use JoJo as clickbait. The first time it worked really well, though, when I did it with Cells at Work, and, well, we can all see where that went. It wasn't false advertising, though. I said, this is cancer, and cancer was, in fact, in the thumbnail. I haven't watched this week's episode yet. because it got late and I was thinking about Angels of Death instead of JoJo.
Of what?
Of JoJo Part 5. I'm waiting, because as far as I remember it, like, Part 5 is my least favorite part, and people chalk up a lot of the Western audience for JoJo not getting good translations for that particular part. And that's why you're not able to understand certain things, like how King Crimson works and all that other type of stuff. So, but that's the thing, I do remember having some chapters that were kind of botchy and hard to read, but for the most part I think I understood what was going on. And I don't think that's why I didn't like it. I think I didn't like it because I thought Giorno was a bit of a disappointment. Because, I mean, he's got a really big legacy to live up to, being technically both the son of Dio and Jonathan Joestar. And I just don't
says
think...
that you did a better review than Robin did.
Oh, of Cells at Work? Yes, in fact, I saw a comment string of a couple of people saying that, and I was just like, aw, thanks, guys. I didn't say that. There's some... I want to respond to every single comment. I want to respond to every single comment on my YouTube channel, but at what point is it going to get to the point where I won't be able to do that? So I'm just like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Yeah, I really do appreciate it, though. Cells at Work. New anime of the year.
Education. It has platelets.
Yep, it does in fact have the platelets.
Platelets are wholesome.
I'm also happy that actual doctors and medical students agree with me on the whole sickle cell theories bogus thing. I was right. There's no actual evidence backing it up. Maybe eventually there'll be a statement by the author, either confirming or denying that. But hearing it from doctors saying, no, she doesn't actually display actual sickle cell traits. Or what I said specifically was, she's not a sickle cell, she's just a main character. Please, the Wii music is still stuck in my head, somebody get it out.
Oh no! You can always tell.
What?
When a user is from the UK on DeviantArt. When they spell math with an S. Maths. Multiple maths. It looks so weird. And that because I've always understood the word math to be like moose.
Yeah.
You don't say mooses.
Squid.
Say squids.
You don't say squids.
Mooses.
No, obviously, since one goose is multiple geese, so moose the multiple of which should be meese, right?
Oh, yeah, meese.
That's how English works. English is completely consistent.
Never ever.
I already like how this is turning out. This is gonna be fun when I add the background and stuff. And having it recorded before the review.
Wing issue Squid Girl, question mark.
Squid Girl? I haven't seen Squid Girl. So my impression though, how I've heard Squid Girl described is, it's a story about this girl, the Squid Girl, is like, she's trying to be a supervillain or something, but she completely fails at it. It's something that doesn't cross my mind very often, but it sounds like the kind of thing that I would watch and laugh at. So it doesn't seem like something I wouldn't watch. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Squid Girl. That's probably because it's an older anime and, well, relatively older anime. Before everything started exploding.
Oh no, I'm getting all the freaking lowly animes. People also search for certain magical index. The one with the red head. One Piece has the main character is a lowly. ED Luffy is a lowly.
If he's a boy, technically, isn't he a Shoda?
No, he's a lowly.
Okay then. Well, the good news is now I have one of the Kurokono Basket openings stuck in my head, and that's better than the Mii music. Be glad I can't sing the lyrics to said opening. I could sing the Yuri on Ice opening though. That has lyrics in English.
Is that girl? That would be hilarious if it was.
What?
Intro. No?
I didn't hear
Hello.
you blipped.
I blipped again. I said, is it also Barbie Girl?
You know what? You know what? I should totally do that. You're the Yuri on Ice opening, but it's Barbie Girl by Aqua. The thing is, nobody actually really cares about Yuri on Ice anymore.
Stereotypes!
Except the anime man, he made a video about it, I think about a month or two ago, saying, Yuri on Ice isn't that great, fight me. And I'm just like, nah, I think most people agree with you. I mean, I'm not gonna fight you.
It's almost at an American level of stereotyping people. It's just... Okay, right? I explained the Iceman situation, right?
Yes.
Yes, you know, right, like how he had one personality, and then he came out as gay, and then he just completely changed in personalities. It's like in like he just 180-degree turn, and now he's this, like a stereotype 80s movie gay. That's Iceman now. It kind of reminds me of... It kind of reminds me of that, where it's just... It's they don't know...
You see, here's
It's almost as if they've never seen one in real life.
Now here's my analysis of like boy love anime in general, right? A shonen ai,
Right.
a regular boy love, not a yaoi specifically, but just boy love anime in general, is written like a shoujo series, but instead of the main character, you basically take a shoujo series and write it like you would write a shoujo series with a female main character, and then change that female main character into a boy. And that's how you write a boy
the
love
old
anime.
alien script maneuver.
That's yeah, that's how you write a boy love anime. That's it. That's basically how they do it.
Wing of Shu, Yuri's Bizarre Adventure.
Only if it's the
know-
Russian Yuri. I will accept that if it is the Russian Yuri. And somehow getting foisted into a bizarre adventure with JJ as the secondary character. I would accept that.
I have the theme song stuck in my head.
Stardust
So there you go.
Crusaders.
Yeah.
That one is called Stand Proud. And yes, stand is probably in there intentionally.
We're not with Dio. We're the Thought Patrol, ma'am. All the women are thoughts.
Kenyatta's finally watching. Kenyatta's finally watching JoJo because of memes, and I have to say that's a very valid way of getting into watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure at this point.
Also the evil ethical doctor guy from Bleach. That is also Frieza.
Oh, Mayuri?
Yep, that is also Frieza. Because we were discussing chat identifying Japanese voice actors the other day, just a random conversation, and it was like, that's in this scene, that's Frieza right there, because that's the only anime I've ever seen is Dragon Ball Z, because I'm a normie. No, I've seen other anime like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Super. And Naruto, and Mobile Suit Gundam, and Gundam Wing, and Gundam Seed. I should have just called it Gundam Trash, TBH. The Gundam Mobile Suit Gundam movies. That's about it. Those are the only. I was just trying to name all the 90s coming home from school watching stuff, animes. No, I really should make a list of things that I've actually completed. Inuyasha, unfortunately. Yu Yu Hakusho.
Well, now I said it last night, but I'm gonna say it again. Now that the Yu Yu Hakusho OVA is coming out, where they cover that side story in the manga where Kurama and Hiei first met. Now I can honest to goodness say that there is no reason for you to read the manga instead of watching the anime, and that's not something I say lightly. I am a very avid supporter of reading the manga, but in the case of Yu Yu Hakusho, yeah, just watch the anime.
Wing of Shu, Gundam Wing is near top tier when one is 8 years old. Yes. That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen when I was 8.
It's like, wow, look at all the guns on that robot.
And Pokemon, I guess. It's not over yet. And I'm not watching anymore because I'm not 3. Pokemon. Yeah, Inuyasha. I've seen Inuyasha all the way through.
So have I.
I hated it. I freaking hated it. Inuyasha has more swordplay than Bleach did. That's something. And Inuyasha just has a giant sword that he swings once. Yeah. So that's definitely saying something.
Wind Scar. Just one weapon that kept on getting powered up over and over again. Like the Keyblade.
Ash is still 10 guys at Iron Boot says.
Yep.
Ash is indeed still 10. And
Yep.
no one knows who his dad is.
Yep.
It's Professor Oak.
Professor Oak is Ash's dad. That makes Ash
I have a feeling that Ash is an illegitimate child. Yeah, we don't know who Ash's dad is because Ash's dad is like an an alcoholic
Or, war veteran or something like that.
That Miss Ketchum found in like a bar. Oh my god, he's so charming. Throws a bottle across the room. Ash's mom comes across as a lady that knows how to pick him. I don't know.
No, I like the war veteran theory because something about Pokemon Wars and Pokemon War and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do like that theory. Ash's dad died in the war.
It'll be very vague.
Like, he never mentions his dad either. It's just like, it's weird. I suppose it's single parent shonen protagonist theme.
Mm-hmm.
That is almost consistent throughout anime.
Yep.
Still
waiting for
it's a single parents in anime.
Deku's dad, where'd Deku's dad go?
Ash gotta catch them all. No, Ash gotta catch his dad. Gotta catch his dad. Only on the weekends, though. Ash gotta catch his dad on the weekend. Oh, that's great. I am Boot. The theory of how Josuke came to be also relates to Ash. Who's that stand? Wingashu says.
Who's that stand? Oh, who's that Pokemon? You know what? Apparently, that whole meme about people mistaking a Clefairy for Pikachu on the "Who's that Pokemon" segment. You know that meme? I never really got it because I can tell the difference between a Pikachu silhouette and a Clefairy.
Pikachu doesn't have the little curly bit on the on his forehead, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I can tell the difference. I never really got it. They kind of do the "Who's that stand" thing though. Ever since Stan started showing up in the midpoint of the episode, they'll highlight. They'll give you little stand highlights and stuff like that, and not all the time. And sometimes they'll just be silhouettes until they reveal the details about the stand. So yeah, actually they do kind of do that in the series, don't they? But one thing that I like about the anime aesthetic as far as stuff like this picture goes, I like the Japanese Okami style swirly fire spirit things that I've kind of put in here.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought they were neat.
Same.
I never got around to finishing Okami. I had to give it back to the person whose game I was borrowing. I was on the final segment of it as well. But didn't get around to completing it fast enough. I left it for too long. Now I have the Kakurio opening. Oh look, it's my Twitter. Now I've got the Kakurio opening stuck in my head. Please come back on screen. There we go. Also not bad.
Wing of Chu, so how will Part 5 hide the boss at the point I'm speaking of? Hold on. Wing of Chu, it's king. Why did seconds just pass? I'm sure what you're referring to.
I don't know. Was it something on? Was it something on the Twitter feed that was up there for a split second? It might have been.
I don't know.
I follow Funimation and the Dungeon Booth.
I am Boot. What about Make? What the hell is it? What about Mikitaka? I
Mikitaka?
believe it's.
What about him?
I believe that is.
He's an alien. I do firmly believe. One thing I will give to JoJo Part 5, since you brought up something about the boss. I certainly do believe that Part 5 has the best villain reveal of the JoJo parts. And I'm going to assume that some people are already familiar with it, but somebody put together a GIF of that particular reveal, and it's really interesting to see. And I trust that David Production will deliver on that, because they've been pretty good about their JoJo so far. I don't know how I missed this part, but I'm going to fix it now. Well, all things considered, I've been at this for about 3 hours, and I've gotten significantly more done than I did the last time I was doing a stream like this, so I would call that a win in this case. I will have to get off soon because it is getting kind of late. Ding dong. I'll also have some stuff to do tomorrow, so,
Important stuff.
yeah. Important stuffs. So I'm just gonna scribble at this a little bit longer. And then I will be getting off. I really do need to do this more often, though. It's fun. It also incentivizes me to draw more often. Or at least complete pictures more often, because this one's been drawn for weeks now. I was just gonna upload it as like an ink sketch too, which I technically could still do for the Inktober tag and whatnot. But then I figured I actually got an honest critique of a piece of art I was working on in one of my videos, which I really appreciated, and that kind of inspired me to think, hey, what if I did something with this picture and see if I can't use some of the, work on my picture composition, as it were, which is why I decided I wanted to do this, because I wanted to add a background. I liked it, though. It was an honest critique, and it made me feel good that somebody went in and said, okay, here's what's good, here's what you could work on. And it was good. I like when people pay attention to my art.
I'm gonna send you a meme, a related stream meme. So it's going to be topical.
Okay.
Going to be quite topical. Hold on, we'll send you a meme, and you will enjoy it.
If you're so
And it makes me sad too. It's going to make you sad. It's going to make me sad. We'll be sad together.
No, it's one of these things.
Wow, oh my gosh. I'm looking at Kate on my phone, and it does just still look like Kate. It
does, though. It looks exactly like her.
still looks like Kate. There's no change at all.
Keep an eye out for the thumbnail. Yep. that is so true.
I hate art, and I gotta stand my up with my tablet pen. Same every day. Every day. every day, every time.
To be an artist, art is pain. But that's okay, because sometimes you're satisfied with your art even when nobody looks at it.
I'd be more satisfied if I got people engaging with me. It's just like, oh yeah, I would you care to would you care to explain this piece? I'd be happy to explain this piece. But I don't know. DeviantArt is people just look at your crap if you draw like ponies. Nah, not even if you draw ponies anymore. If you draw those stupid little cats that don't look like cats, they have flat heads like they have like birth defects, and their eyes are too big. No, then they'll look at your art. Oh no! If you draw fetish content, oh yes, like if you draw someone really fat, like they're going to die fat. No, that the people will look at your art then. Or anything feet related. Oh yes.
Why?
But no. If you draw,
I forgot some of the lines here. I better add those in.
what?
I forgot some lines.
Ah, you forgot some lines.
Yeah, let's see if we can fix that.
I am boot to art or not to art. That is the question. It is the question.
The answer should always be to art, especially when you're discouraged about it.
Gotta do it.
I got my first November request as well, so I have something to draw for November. If I can get around to it, now that I know that I'm gonna have my panel at Youmacon, it's gonna be like, oh no. It's mostly put together. I'm gonna hand out Halloween candy this year. Wish they would have told me sooner.
Don't give the people candy. No, maybe give them a little bit of candy, and then tell them if you look at if they look at your art, they'll get more candy. Put some addictive substances in the candy. Use caffeine. Caffeine is really addictive. You're gonna put some caffeine in the candy. Make sure they're little kids. Make sure they have like a twitchy look about them already. Come on, he's candy now. I like a. Just give him some candy with some caffeine. Coffee flavored coffee tarts. With coffee injected in the middle.
Coffee injected in the middle.
I just inject all the coffee in there. Make sure they're bouncing all over the place before they leave. Like, look at my art. I'll give you some more, kid, if you want. Yeah, I'll give you some more coffee tarts. Yeah, I'll give you more. And they're gonna be like more. They're gonna look at your art.
I should find a way to attach addictive substances to how my art looks. My art has to turn into, like, eye crack. Some people just have an art style like that, though, you know, one that's just really cool to look at. And obviously it's a preferential thing.
I want to get there. I'm almost there. I feel like I'm almost there. I'm almost to a place where I can just be like, you know what? I can look at my own art and not just be disgusted. But then again, it could be confirmation bias. I do think that most things I do, you know, is artistic garbage. Most things that I do are autistic garbage. Oh no. Well, that too. especially fan art, which I suppose is the epitome of that. Well, you know what I was trying to say.
Yes.
Yes. It's a visual garbage. There we go, visual garbage. I mean, we won't get the weird slurring going on. Like, oh, look at this. This is garbage. Look at all these mistakes. Look at all these mistakes. You weren't even paying attention. Feel bad about yourself. Look at that. Look at that. You forgot the color in the tips of those the spires. With black. You're garbage. Look at that. I bet if I zoomed in, I could see spots and I didn't color in this piece right here. Guarantee it. Let's see. Oh, right there. Boom. I found one. Every time.
I did see a wholesome meme on Pinterest the other day, where this is how the artist sees their art, and you got this person who baked a cake, and they're like, "Aw, my cake looks terrible compared to this one," and there's another much fancier, like 3-tier fancy cake next to it, and the next panel says how the audience views art. It's just one person with a fork and a knife going, "Oh boy, 2 cakes."
Yeah. I wonder what Sakimi-chan thinks of that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are eating her cakes. Paying for the cake. I want people to pay for my cake. Nobody will pay for my cake. Can you draw a butt? No! Pay me! Oh, I can't believe you asked for money. Oh, I'm sorry.
This is also
I'm sorry that I asked for money to do things. Oh, you have a sickle and hammer in your profile. Wow, how very unexpected.
Welcome to the Depressed Artist Podcast.
No. I gotta draw lewd brides. That's what I gotta do. High definition lewd brides. That's how you get the money. Sakimi-chan taught us that.
Yep. There we go. Sometimes I lose track of where my pen goes, and I hate it.
Maybe I'll start a channel where I'm drawing stuff. Be like, and then I'll just rant. Like, look at this crap.
Welcome to the Depressed Artist channel.
We'll do live streams together. We'll be like, look at this crap. You missed a spot. It's right there. It's a big spot.
Oh no, how didn't I see that?
It is a really big spot. Two spots.
Let's see here. Oh, let's clean them up. I like being able to draw messy. I still don't know how regular, but I still don't know what the proper way to color digital art is.
They're just talking about coffee and candy in the chat.
Awesome. That's great. Ugh. But I don't know. Should I finish? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna go ahead and do the base shading. I'm gonna finish Zack, and then I'm going to probably turn in for the evening.
I'm gonna complain, but I'm gonna look through. So the chat, I'm gonna look through DeviantArt and scream into the chat and ask why. Okay?
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna
Mashed
find
potatoes.
unmarked fetish content, and I'm going to look at the views, and then I'm going to compare them to my best work, and then I'm gonna yell and blame other people for my problems. That's what I'm gonna do. The rest of the okay, some more of these stupid freaking cat things. Let's look at the views. Let's look at the views on it. Let's look at the views. No views. Good. Stay no views. It hasn't.
Well, you clicked on
Stupid,
it, so...
uncreative things. They should die. Let's look at this. You'll look at something with, like, oh, scroll down a little bit. I'm sure I'll find something.
If I ever sound in any way mean for laughing at you when you're angry, I apologize.
That's fine. You can laugh. You can laugh. It makes me feel better.
Oh, really? Because I'm under the impression that it's unkind to laugh at other people's pain.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna laugh at it later anyway. When I mean laugh, I mean out of my eyes. liquidy laughter. Just joking. Oh. Let's see. I'm not seeing any inflation stuff. I'm seeing a bunch of freaking MS Paint crap. You feel bad. Here's some of these stupid dog tag things. Why? Oh, I get it. You listen to Green Day. That's what this art tells me. I listen to Green Day. I have my hair painted, parted over my left eye. Aren't I cool? No, you're not cool. Suck.
Tom grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. I don't exactly remember which. There are two lines.
Oh, it's a repaint. It's a recolor of Mr. Krabs. How nice. You feel bad.
You see, sometimes I can't tell when that's
Feel bad.
troll art or when that's somebody being serious.
That's the most ridge. Mashed potato stands?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe I need.
Okay, so here's the thing. Remember when you were going through and you said when you were gonna find unsavory stuff, you were just gonna call it mashed potatoes.
Right. I meant to say mashed potatoes. Right. See, I can't even keep up with my own continuity. Mashed potato stands. Oh.
Is that the power of
Mashed potato
Mr. Blue
needs to be a
Sky?
stand. Mr. Blue Sky.
Mr. Blue Sky.
I couldn't think of what Mr. Blue Sky would do.
You had to hide away for so long, so long.
It turns
Where did we go wrong?
let's see. What would Mr. Blue Sky do?
Where did we go wrong, Mr. Blue Sky?
Would turn.
Well, it can't be weather related because weather report is already a thing. I've just gotta do his hoodie. I can do this.
Would turn someone into a Pop-Tart. And that Pop-Tart was poisonous. But it was only poisonous on December 2nd. That sounds like a JoJo power. There we go.
It does kind of sound like a JoJo power. Mr. Sky. I like the Electric Light Orchestra.
What does Green Day do?
Like I said...
Someone in the chat says Green Day is pretty strong.
Yeah, Green Day is a Part 5 stand-in. Once again, as far as I'm concerned, Part 5 is one of the scariest parts. I have referred to it as in my Scary Stands video. It's got a lot of nightmare fuel, like Metallica. But Green Day makes a, it essentially it's got a very specific, it makes like a sickness, like a fungus, that will, if you're on, like imagine you're on a staircase, and you keep going up and you're fine. But if you're in an area affected by Green Day, if you take even one step down, your foot will start to grow this nasty, mold that will kill you. That's kind of what Green Day does, from what I remember. Does that sound about right by anybody who remembers correctly? It was during the Green Day and was it Surface? Was Surface the other one that was in the Green Day fight? Well, whatever. That was a highlight because that was the time that Giorno said "Ree."
Somebody said "re."
Oh, well, that's Dio's entire thing, you know, that's the sound that vampires make in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm pretty sure that's where the meme comes from.
What?
I know I've explained this to you multiple times already. Yeah, and so when Giorno finally does something kind of vampire-like, somewhat living up to
The
expectations.
most disturbing... I'll tell you what, the most disturbing part of seeing a lot of unsavory content on DA.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure these. Like, how old is the person who drew this?
Yeah, that's a pretty.
No,
kind of
Mom,
thing.
I wasn't drawing that. I found it on it. It was a virus. It was a virus.
I'll post that meme in the chat as well. I'm not explaining it any further. I'll post it in the chat, though. You can hear the audio. It's funny.
And is there anything else I have to?
There's a bat in a cup of coffee. Just a bat in a cup of coffee.
Is it a well-drawn bat?
No. Not at all. Lots of Scene Kid art. That's always good. I love Scene Kid art.
Mashed potatoes.
I keep hair over one of my eyes. Why? Why do you do that? You know you're gonna get an infection that way? You're poked in the eye by one of your hairs and you get an infection. Then you're gonna be listening to Green Day in the hospital while they remove your eye. Worst case scenario. To be continued meme, I am Boot.
To be continued.
Oh. Love that meme.
Again, from JoJo.
The bird one and the bird in the pipe. And the one after the lion opens the car door. Especially the lion one. Oh my god. I lose my shit. Why? The lion? Who taught the lion to open car doors? Felines aren't exactly... You can't exactly teach them tricks.
And there we go. I believe I have completed the art part of the art stream for the night, and I had better be turning this off so I can get some sleep before doing stuff tomorrow. And
I am Boot says, I'm bringing it to Yumacon. What are you bringing to Yumacon, Mr. Boot? The lion? Are you bringing the lion?
are you bringing the lion to Unicon?
Sleep is for the weak, Wingashu says.
It's true. Unfortunately, I am very weak.
To be honest myself, I'll probably watch a little bit of JoJo and hit it in like 5 hours. I'm not healthy.
I wonder what the little cells inside of your body think about that.
Oh, yeah. I just found a quote cute drawing, and you just can't make them cute no matter what you do to them.
What?
Just possums. They just look like vicious, ugly, terrible things. That will freaking rip your throat out.
Possums. Yeah, I'm so
I
tired.
found one in the recycling bin once, and it was really traumatizing. I hit it with a I hit it with a snow shovel. It was the recycling bin was on the deck, and everyone was walking out to the car, and I just looked at the recycling bin, and that ugly sucker was in there, and I was like, no. It's like, help! Get it out of the recycling bin! Get it out of the recycling bin! And I took, so fine. I took the snow shovel. I backed up as far as I could, and then started poking it. And it didn't move. It just looked at me like it wanted to kill. Oh boy! Then I whacked it, and it slowly came out of the recycling bin. I was like, it's going to come after me. Then I remembered they're not very fast. And if it wasn't like a wild boar or anything, if it was a wild boar, I definitely wouldn't have
whacked it.
I would not have done anything of that sort.
Oh man, just you saying possums is making me laugh, and that just shows you how tired I am right now. Alas, I continue to clean the artwork.
I used to have possums that would like raid the garbage can too. I went out there one night. I have a really old compound bow, and mind you, I'm not good with it. I can't exactly, how you say, shoot the bow properly. So
You
I went
gotta
out
whack
there.
'em with it.
No, I did shoot the bow at the other possum. I shot it. Oh no! It wasn't a possum. It was a raccoon. That's right.
I was gonna say
the second thing was a raccoon. Yeah, we got possums and raccoons that used to raid trash cans. Possums were fine, but raccoons, and they're a little bit more dexterous, and they're smart, and they have thumbs. So, yes, I went out there with the compound bow after this raccoon, and this thing, we used to call it the bear raccoon, because this thing, it had to have been the width of my chest. Now, I know I'm not a big guy, but I mean, this thing, it had a head the size of my head, and this it was very large. It was very large. It must have It must have been eating like dog food or something in the neighborhood, because this thing was huge. It was as big as a tire, and a big as round as a tire. And I went out there and I saw it. It was looking at me, and I shot the bow at this raccoon. The arrow landed right next to it. And I swear, it didn't even flinch. It just narrowed its eyes at me. And I was like, oh no. I only brought out one arrow. I missed. I couldn't even... And the thing was, it was only like 5 feet away. I couldn't even hit something 5 feet away with a fucking bow. I was so scared. I thought it was going to kill me. It just waddled away. He looked at it and waddled away. I was so scared. I didn't take the few steps forward. I would take the arrow. I waited till the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. What's Jack saying? Oh. In the D&D campaign, my friend had raccoons with expos as foes once.
That sounds like something.
Not humanoid raccoons, actual non-speaking raccoons. That's it. I'll add if we ever do the campaign again. I'll add raccoons.
Oh dear.
We'll do raccoon and enemy NPCs.
We gotta make sure that we put the character sheets together properly so that I know what the heck I'm actually able to do as a chaotic evil bard with bagpipes.
I want you to bring that character back. That was great. That was fun. You really played your character well.
It's like you just if you needed the cart master to do something, you just lifted up the bagpipes.
Yes. So, okay. So, Spam's character, chat, was a was it a halfling?
Yeah, he was like half elf.
Okay, he was a half elf, but he was chaotic evil, and he played a bagpipe. So now, if you know what a chaotic evil is, essentially like the Joker. You know, they like burning things, but they think it's funny. They don't have they're not the man with the. They don't exactly have a plan. Do I look like a guy with a plan? That's chaotic evil. They do stuff. They just do stuff.
I recall randomly cutting open a mattress in a barracks just so that I could take feathers out of it.
Yeah. He had feathers collected. Oh yes, just sitting around, just cut out the feathers, threw a brazier in the river or something like that.
Yep.
Made the hippie cult the beat cult angry.
And then they had to apologize for misgendering the bard.
Oh yes.
We were just...
Oh, and you kept playing to convince the carriage driver to take off early. You kept playing the bagpipes terribly, and every time after that you played the bagpipes, he just went into like Vietnam flashbacks.
His ears would start bleeding. Yeah. Also, I like to ride on top of the carriage. I refuse to get inside of the carriage and ride on top of it.
The carriage driver would just go into long monologues about beets and beet farming, and the bard would just like write everything down.
Yes, because...
or at least pretend to write it down. I don't know.
No, he was actually writing things down because he needed more ideas for stories and stuff like that.
For songs.
Because that's what bards do. He's a strange bard, but a bard nonetheless. Actually, I was waiting for us to come to a tavern or something like that so that I could randomly jump the bartender and then pretend to be the bartender afterward. I really was waiting for something like that to happen. The bard wants to pretend to be the bartender.
So somebody drew one of those cat things, named it Chipotle. I'm not even joking.
I believe you.
Chipotle. They have their profile picture is Deku rocking back and forth, a little Deku rocking back and forth in the computer chair, but very rapidly. Like, oh my god, why? This is cancer. This might be a memester though. Chipotle. Oh my god, this page. There are so many GIFs.
My DeviantArt page used to be full of GIFs and stamps and stuff like that, until I thought it looked too cluttered, and now it's got the bare minimum. Now I use my anime list to keep track of all the animes I watched. I used to use DeviantArt as my way of keeping track of all the animes I watched. Unfortunately, it got to the point.
Oh, this is a memester here. We got a memester right here. Their about section is called Johnny Yes Papa.
Oh, that.
Have you seen those really bad they're really bad ethnic I think they're Mexican made, They might be like Italian or something, but they're like really crappy children's cartoons
I know
that are
what,
CG.
I know what they are, but I have never actually like taken the time to watch them because honestly, they look kind of terrifying.
They are. They're absolutely the worst. They scare me.
Very uncanny valley. But yeah, sometime we will have to restart the campaign again, and I will link you to the dungeon booth so that you can listen to this campaign that I've been listening to. It's giving me some. It should be good for inspiration and stuff like that. It is sponsored and stuff like that, so every once in a while they'll take a break to talk about their nerdy sponsors and stuff like that.
Maybe I'll have you write the campaign, and I'll be a character. I'll be a PC this time, because I just came up with the best character.
But
I'm also going to be a bard.
Okay, so
I'm
so
also going to be chaotic evil.
Marvin's just gonna have to be. Marvin's just gonna have to be the dungeon master this time.
Oh no. Oh no, we can make Ken do the we can make Ken or Chase do the. Oh, okay, so it just popped into my head all of a sudden. You remember the pizza delivery episode, SpongeBob?
Yes.
Remember when he's trying to call a rock, or a hitchhike? That's right. He's trying to hitchhike, and Squidward's playing the spoons.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of Squidward playing the spoons and SpongeBob hitchhiking, right? So it's going to be like a cowboy type character. What his instrument is, he plays the spoons.
That's awesome.
And he's a mountain man who has like really bad advice about like non-existent animals and customs and stuff. He's a mountain man bard. He plays a freaking spoon. No, I'll be dungeon master. I'll come up with a campaign again.
I can totally make Marvin would be a very interesting dungeon master though.
No, that would be awful.
We didn't even get to the part where we start fighting. Never got to the point where we actually had to stab somebody. Lots of avoiding and not chocobos in the morning.
I am Boot says I would like a Shirley Temple Mr. Bard. He just gives you he just slaps a wind up doll on the counter. Like a serious look on his face. God, that SpongeBob reference just slipped into my head. I don't know why. All these SpongeBob references creeping into my brain. When Patrick's parents come over and SpongeBob has to act stupid. Patrick's dad is like, put her there, and SpongeBob reaches into his pocket and puts a little dolly into his hand. I don't know why that's always been funny to me. It's son like, here you go. It's like something a baby would do. Try to shake hands with a baby. What do you think is going to happen? Either they're going to put your hand in their mouth, or they're going to put something in your hand. Might not always be pleasant either. It's always going to involve drool 100% of the time.
And
Wing of Shoe 10 intelligence is average.
Yep.
A 6 intelligence warrior but a 12 wisdom warrior is fun.
Oh, I bet it is.
Like a baby boomer.
You want to know?
Now, son.
What's funny? What's funny is when it came to both Chase and I creating our characters, is we dumped basically all of our experience points that we could spare into charisma.
That's almost cheating. That's like it's. Ma'am, you're charged with robbery. I didn't do it. I guess you didn't do it.
Yeah, natural 20.
I didn't do it. Charisma check. 20. Nat 20.
Chase was getting all the good
The guard's
rolls.
head explodes.
I keep on finding more stuff to do with this. I'm not even adding the background yet. I'm not good when the full speed thing comes up. You won't see me drawing the background, but once it's added, it'll be fun. I like it. But that's gonna have to be all. That's gonna have to be all for tonight because I really do have to get off. Oh, yay. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And like I said, I hope to do this more often. Been trying to get it more frequent, but you know, life and stuff and not having a space to actually do a prolonged, uninterrupted, for the most part, live stream can be, I don't want to say a hassle, but it's a little bit difficult at the moment. That being said, we will do this again. Expect the full speed paint eventually, and the meme in the thumbnail. That is going in the thumbnail. That's gonna be the last thing I do before I turn the computer off. Good night, everybody. Thank you again.
Good night, everyone.